with your glass in your hand. I see you, Bobby.
It's a sick ass cup of coffee. I ain't gonna lie.
Fire, fire. Welcome to another show of the panel every Monday through Fridays. It was such an exciting weekend. We're going to kick it off with a super chat from Ahmed. Hey, guys, great show like always. I was arguing with two Kobe stands on why I have LeBron ahead of him. When he's the closest thing to Jordan, some of these Kobe fans are more toxic than LeBron, and Steph fans' logic doesn't work.
Mm. Yeah, that could be legit. But I got to say something, Marz, sir. I believe we need to have a conversation.
I'm open to any conversation.
I believe we need to have a conversation. I believe it was a week ago. My man Marz Blackman said Boston in 7 after Boston had just gotten smoked in Game 3. They didn't lose Game 3. They had gotten smoked in Game 3. I'd like to know, Marz, where did that energy come from?
I mean, I started the series, but before the series started, I had Boston in 5 because I thought they were just a better team. And then after Game 1, I said, okay, in order to win in 5, you have to lose one game. So they lost one game, Boston in 5. Then they lost Game 2. I was like, okay, Boston in 6. Then they lost Game 3. I was like, I still think Boston are the better team. Boston in 7. Now, did I 100% wholeheartedly believe that we were going to be here for a Game 7 where I'm looking like I might be right? No. Did I think it was possible? Yes. Am I going to take credit when I end up being right? 100,000%. but I will say I'm not one to blow my own trumpet and say I was right, you guys were wrong. But I was right and you guys were all wrong. Yeah, yeah, I mean the better team has shown up for the last 3 games. So I don't think when you actually watch those games and see them unfold, it's not really surprising to see that Boston have won the last 3 games. They just are a better team than Miami. Now, Miami can get it done in Game 7, and then I'll still be wrong, just like everyone else who thought the series was over. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean much unless Boston get it done tonight. But I'm very happy that we are here in a Game 7, especially considering how that Game 6 ended. That was very entertaining.
Very much so, 100%. I think we – go ahead, I'm sorry, Doug.
I was going to say, speaking of that Game 6, I do want to hear everyone's take, and it seems as if you was about to get into it. Go ahead, brother.
Well, first of all, in Marz's – what Marz just got finished talking about, to extend that, that's all it looked like to me, Marz. It looked like Boston realized, yo, we better than these guys. They just playing harder than us. That's all it is. It's not a matter of X's and O's. It's not a matter of personnel. We are better than these guys. All they're doing is just playing harder than us. And they're pushing us around on top of that. So what we got to do is we got to match their energy physically. Once we do that, then we can get down to playing basketball. Then we can get down to the X's and O's. And then once we do that, it'll become clear who the better team is. And over these last 3 games, that's what it looks like to me, man. It looks like the Boston Celtics are the better team. I think that the Miami Heat squandered a golden opportunity in order to win this series. I don't think that Boston is letting them out of there with a Game 7 win. I think that atmosphere is going to be ridiculously hostile. I think that they've figured out Jimmy Butler in terms of the tough guy and basically standing up to him and realizing that maybe you ain't so tough.
You know, this is. Go ahead. Finish.
Go ahead, Tone. I'm sorry.
No, it sounded like you were done. I was just gonna say this is why they play 7 games, because with the rare exceptions, there's always exceptions. It's so that the better team comes out of the series. Again, there's exceptions, but for the most part, that's why they do it. Now, this is a very unconventional way of doing it. But if we looked at this when the playoffs started, if you said it was going to be Boston and Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't think most people would have believed you. But if you said that, most people would have said Boston. Now, then you saw the way that they played against Milwaukee and New York, and you were like, oh, you know what? Hey, these guys are playing. They're playing different. But Boston is the better team. Miami just, I don't know how they haven't shown up. This is just, they've changed. It looks like a 2 versus 8. And it didn't look like that at the beginning. So good for Boston that they kind of figured out how they're supposed to play. Now Miami, hey, they got to figure it out and counter. I hope we get to some calls later too, because I've got some conversation there, but I'll save that for later.
2 versus 8. Who's the 2? Because it can't be Jimmy or Butler a part of that too.
No, I
No,
said
2 seed versus 8 seed,
Boston's
dub.
the 2 seed, right?
Okay.
Keep up.
I did it. I thought he meant 2
Focus,
versus
dub.
8.
Focus,
I
brother.
just woke up.
Where you at, man?
all right.
Bobby, talk to me, bro. Talk to me, man.
It looks. I understand what y'all saying. Where it looks like the better team is winning, but that was just a mental lapse that got us to Game 7. Dub, we were on the stream together when Jimmy hit those free throws. We all kind of settled down. Like, wait, there's still 3 seconds left. I told Erik Spoelstra, you got to put your big man. You got to put a big man on the ball and put another big man under the rim. He didn't listen. I told Bam, stay by the basket. He wanted to stand by the free throw line. He didn't listen. Mental lapses, bro. Mental lapses. So I understand what you're saying, but I don't know if it's just as simple as the best team won those last 3 games. You know.
Are we going to talk about the 3 seconds?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a second, Tone.
Fluent, you and Chilltown have a difference of opinion on that 3 seconds.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
and not only that, but
I have to make him. I have to make him more fluent.
Ox, Ox, you just mentioned like the better team is not that simple. Well, wouldn't the better team also involve coaching? So a guy like Spo, because when you coming in, when we're in the timeout, when we are in the timeout, what we all are doing, we getting our assignments. Big Ox, who you covering? Whoa, I'm covering Williams. Marz, who you covering? I'm covering White. Dub, who you covering? I'm gonna cover Tatum. Tone, who you covering? I'm covering Marcus Smart, and I got the inbounder. So we all have our assignments. We all know what we're doing. So the idea of mental lapses shouldn't be a question. So Max Strus, it shouldn't be a question because we all know who we got. You got this guy, you got that guy, you got this guy. Now, understand something, guys. When you on a team, in the word team, there's ME. That's me. And that's not in a selfish way. What I mean when I say that is we can't get anything done until I do my job. And that includes all of us, right? So when Max Strus, who's covering the inbounder, is now helping and chasing Jason Tatum away, doesn't make any sense to me, because if he catches the ball 28 feet away from the basket, this is the same dude who at that point who was 0 for 8 on the long ball. If he shoots that and they win, I'm tipping my hat to you. No question about it.
So that's what I'm asking. Chill, how is it that? So you said it's a coaching thing, right? Wouldn't Erik Spoelstra simply tell his team, don't foul the jump shooter and make sure you box out?
Not only that, Ox. Well, who's the most dangerous guy on the floor?
The inbounder.
The inbounder, right? So why am I helping on anybody? I should be dealing with him. That's the most important thing. Do your job. My job is to deal with the inbounder, because once the ball gets to Marcus Smart, Derek White makes a beeline right to the basket, which is my responsibility, by the way, because I'm supposed to be covering the inbounder. These are mental lapses that cost teams not just games but series. And I think that was huge last night. When you hear people say stuff like, this wasn't on Max Strus because all he was doing was chasing Jason Tatum. Well, first of all, that wasn't your job. Jimmy Butler was covering him, and he was 28 feet away from the basket. That is not your job. What is your job? Deal with the inbounder, who ended up scoring the basketball, by the way.
Should Max Strus?
They always forget
at that point.
One more time.
Don't they always forget the inbounder? They always seem to forget the inbounder.
And at that point, never though, Fluent. That should never.
I understand that. As coaches, we always tell, like, whether they're 9 years old or 90 years old, like, watch the inbounder, because what do you tell the inbounder? Once you throw it in, get to your spot, because they're gonna forget you.
Yeah.
And so you would think, we beat up Mazzulla and said how he's nowhere near as good of a coach as Spo. Well, that's Spo's job to make sure they know what their assignments are.
But Fluent, I'm sure Spo said that. I'm sure Spo told.
All right. Well,
I'm sure.
Who was on the inbounder?
That was Max Strus. But we got to assume the level of coach that Spo is, because I'm pretty sure all of us up here would have said that. Make sure you cover the inbound. So I'm sure if we said it, I'm sure Spo is saying that to Max Strus. But my thing is, Max Strus, I don't believe Max Strus should have been in the game. I don't think anybody. I think with 3 seconds left in the game, you're not valuing offense at all. You think I'm thinking all my big guys, all my athletic guys, everybody because you got 3 seconds. You don't got time to really make a move like that. So I'm not worried about you staying in front of him. We got
Man,
to
y'all
remember
couldn't
what
send
we're
me
talking
the link.
about too, though.
Y'all couldn't send me the link though. Y'all couldn't send me the link though.
It's
Y'all
in the
couldn't send me
chat.
the link, big guys.
It's in the chat.
Nah. Ron, you can send me the link to my number because
Oh.
what you call it?
Oh,
Ron, I'm like, hold on. I'm like,
ain't
hold
here
on.
today.
Y'all trying to make Marz like a superhero, like I'm ducking him or something?
No.
Ron's just being an L host today. That's why you ain't.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, cause I'm seeing people saying, "Yo, you ducking Marz?" I'm like, hold on, nigga. When I ever been known to duck?
Hold on, real quick. Ticket.
You got.
Go ahead. My bad, Big Ox, man. My bad, Big Ox. My bad.
You was making a point. Huh?
Hey, Big Ox, I seen you with the honeys in Seattle. They make your knees rattle. I seen you, dog.
Oh shit, we just get started. That was light. Yeah, you got to remember who you dealing with. You got to remember who you dealing with. Like, I'm happy you popped up because I even heard you say this the other day. I went back and was rewatching you and Dub the other day. I didn't see it live, but like you got those guys, Derek White. You got to remember who he is and where he came from. You also got to think guys like Malcolm Brogdon wasn't out there, but you got to think about those three guys: Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, Derek White. Those are three guys that are super tenacious, and they're not going to stop playing. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure you know where these guys are at. Right. That's why I'm wondering why Erik Spoelstra even had the lineup he had on the floor. I'm thinking
I respect what you're saying, dog. I mean, look, the thing is this. With all that being said, that still didn't matter. It was all on Jimmy Butler, bro. And everybody was talking about, ticket going off and turning on Jimmy. That's the problem y'all got. Just because you like a player and you criticize a player, don't mean that you don't like a player. Y'all don't like when you guys don't want people to criticize y'all favorite players. And that's what I see. Like, you guys got a problem with criticizing y'all favorite players, and y'all make it seem like somebody turning on them and don't like them. I still think Jimmy's top 5. I stand on that. I just think Jimmy been running his mouth too much and ain't been delivering. You can't keep running your mouth guaranteeing wins and you losing every time, bro. And like I said, if he would have just came out early that last game and been more assertive and played a better brand of basketball in the early part of that game wouldn't even have been there to walked away with that game. But Jimmy tried to be a superhero late. It's too late. All that talking and laughing and smiling and stuff. And I think, I don't know, Chilltown said this too, but East Folk got to be on the docket too. All this fake ass, he this coach, he that coach. Man, if you lose 4 games in a row, bro, and lose this series, man, you a clown too. You a clown too, because he's sitting up there smiling in the post game too. He's sitting there talking about, yeah, we're going to do it. Y'all ain't going to do nothing. Your ass going to be crying when it's over with. So shut your ass up. I don't want to hear that, man. Dudes is clowns to me. Dudes is bozos, man. Go out there and get the job done, man. Period, bro.
I do want to ask everybody. Jimmy Butler now, this is 4 straight games where he hasn't been playing to the level in which we've seen throughout the whole postseason. So I do want to ask the panel, how much blame is Jimmy Butler getting and how much
100%.
is he getting?
No, 90. And the other 10 the East vote 90 because he talking. He the one guaranteeing wins. You can't guarantee every win he's guaranteed since he's been in Miami. He lost. And he guaranteed now this idiot don't guarantee game 7. I don't even want to touch game 7 now. Come on, I don't even want to touch it now, bro. I ain't saying it. I'm jumping off Jimmy. I don't believe in him. I just don't like when he doing all that talking and don't back the real great ones. They back that shit up, man. In the game, they back it up, bro. If what you call say, I'm gonna go do this, they go, man, you believe Kobe when he said that shit in his time. You believe any one of the great players that said he was gonna do something, they ain't saying it and wasn't gonna go do it. They was gonna go do it. Jimmy Butler is a great player in his era right now, in this game right now. You can't be out here talking about what you're gonna do and then don't do it. You're getting embarrassed, dog. This shit is not even funny. It's embarrassing, bro. And then the thing that hurt me the most is these niggas laughing and smiling after the game like it's cool. You got walked down, dog.
It's not.
You got walked down, man. I swear to God. I don't know if you seen it. Goddamn, what you call about to lose his mind when he seen Bam laughing after the game. UD. UD told him, man, shut up, man.
I don't know why this is funny.
Laughing after what game?
After game 6.
Last game. He walking up the tunnel laughing.
Why would you say that? Why would you lie on Bam? Ain't no way that.
Ain't no lie, bro. Hey, hold on. Go look at the video. Hold on. Go look at the video. UD snapped on that nigga. Like, bro, what is you laughing at, nigga?
I can't believe that, bro. I can't believe
it. Bro, you believe it?
It's not possible.
We got the internet for a reason. Go look it up.
How you laughing and you was at the free throw line?
No, after the game was over with.
No. I hear you. I'm just talking to Bam. How the hell you got the audacity to be out here laughing and you standing around the free throw line? and Derek White tipping in the game when the shot.
Bruh,
You should have had
come
your
on,
big
man.
ass under the basket.
We talked about that. I think Chilltown talked about that with me in the last show. Derek White from saying he came from under Popovich, man. He came from under a good coaching tree, man. He taught to not stop playing until it's over with. Them dudes stopped. Them dudes start when Jimmy went up there and hit them free throws, it was a wrap. Then they thought, and Chilltown noticed because he been in them situations. You probably too, Bob. When you in the game and you defending a game-winning possession, Chilltown, how many times? It's like 2 or 3 seconds on the clock. You've been out there. Maybe you guarding the guy, Chill, that's gonna take the shot, right? You guarding the guy, but then what happens as soon as that shot go up, everybody freeze because you in the moment. You in the moment. Only the real people who are thinking in that moment, and it takes true greatness to really be thinking in that moment. Because once that shot go up and it's like 3 seconds, you like, if he missed, you like, yeah, game over. But no, you ain't thinking. It's still somebody that can go get that tip in. Everybody froze for Miami. But Boston, they had guys that was heady. That dude was smart, man. That dude saved the season. He said Derek White saved the season, bro.
I think more than anything that we're not talking about is we're not talking about them standing up to Jimmy. Like Chicken, you just mentioned Jimmy doing all of that talking and all of that tough guy stuff. They stood up to him. And when you actually stand up to somebody, you realize, you know what? Maybe you ain't so tough. Not that you're not tough, but maybe this dude ain't so tough. And then once they found that out and they realized that, we just got to play basketball, we better than these dudes. No matter what else they're doing, no matter how hard they playing, we're matching that intensity. And now we putting it all on the floor. And with us putting it on the floor, we're proving now that we better than them. The fact that they've basically gotten, as y'all say, walked down 3-0, they still got another opportunity to win this series. But they are in a bind. To go up into Boston after the way that they played in these last 3 games, to go up into Boston, which is going to be a zoo, by the way. It's going to be a zoo up there. To go up in there and to think that we can actually beat these guys, I'm having a difficult time thinking that Boston, that Miami's going to go in there and win, especially with the schemes that they run. Jimmy's going to have when I say a Herculean performance, I'm talking like something like 45-50. He's going to have to do something like that.
How much blame are you giving Jimmy, though?
He's the guy.
I think everybody gets the blame.
Yeah, it's not that everybody gets the blame, Ox. Everybody does get the blame, but there's people who get more blame than others. And Jimmy is the guy on this crew, right? So if this was Giannis and Giannis was playing like this, Giannis would get the blame. Giannis would get the lion's share of the blame. If it was Joker and he was playing like this, he would get the lion's share of the blame. We're not putting all of this on Max Strus. You are the guy. We go as you go. We are up 3-0. If the Cleveland Cavaliers, if the Los Angeles Lakers, if the Houston Rockets are up 3-0, Olajuwon ain't letting you back in this series. Bird ain't letting you back in this series.
Think about it this way, though, Chilltown. I agree. I agree that that's the way it goes. The main guy does get most of the blame. But I'm looking at it this way. Jimmy got him here. Jimmy got him here. He did play. He played terrible. I don't think he played very well game 6.
Right.
But and this was the thing about Jason Tatum against Philly that game. He had a terrible 3 quarters, but in the 4th quarter, he did come out. He came back and did his thing. So Jimmy came. He was aggressive and got to the free throw line, did his job. That inbounds play. He ran Jason Tatum. He ran Jason Tatum all the way down to Boston.
Right.
Made sure he didn't get the ball. These other guys at some point do have to step up and do their job as well. Right.
I disagree. They did do their job. That's a goddamn hold on, Bob. That's a goddamn Bob.
The best player.
Now look, I'm not
the best player on the team.
Man, he do his job, man. Cut it out, Bob. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, Bob. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, Bob. That's damn loud, Bob. The other guys did their job. They got you right. Listen. If this buffoon was doing what he was supposed to do early in the game, this game ain't even at this situation. He's the one that made this like this. The other dudes did enough, bro. Even though Bam wasn't playing, the other dudes didn't. This dude been the one doing all the talking. So why you wait for the last?
It don't matter who's doing all the talking. Everybody got to play.
Yeah, do big house. Yeah, do. Yeah,
he's doing all the damn thing. He the one
y'all throwing Bam some bail right now?
No, we're not. But here's the thing. Not only is when your leader is the one yapping, your leader is the one. Where's Memphis right now? The reason why they back home because their leader was the one doing all the yapping. They following him. That's what they do. So the same logic is going on here. Jimmy is I guarantee you, if we do this consistently, we're winning Game 6. Well, they didn't do it consistently. I think him and Bam at some point, I think they was like 5 for 40 from the floor. I think not 5 for 40. I'm sorry, like 5 for 25, and they were like something like 6 for 40 in the paint as a unit. These guys did not get it done, and they go as Jimmy Butler goes. He is their anchor. He is their leader. And when you have that confidence in your leader. If my leader is talking big, we're gonna win. I'm thinking, we're gonna win. But when I don't do my job and he doesn't do his job, that goes around to all of us. He is the leader.
The other guys can't just just rock on Jimmy's word. They got to show.
No. We're not saying that. Hold on. Check this out though, Bob. When he said that Game 5, when they lost Game 4. He was like, yo, we can go up there Game 5 and get that game. He been saying this. So look, when you say that, it got to be by your hand. Because when you keep talking about, I'm going to guarantee this, guarantee that. So let's say this, Bob. You lose Game 5, right? So he said they was going to get Game 4. They lost Game 4. They lost Game 5. So you go back home Game 6. Man, this got to be by your hand. And I'm talking about you got to be out all over the game early in the game. He wasn't. He was passive. Then when he was driving, getting his shit punched by Jared White. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Marz.
I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, they got to play too. They can't just be
like, they did play, man. Stop playing that, bro. They did play, man. They did play. Him, bro. Hold on 1 second, dog. It's him. Dog. Come on, bro. Hit that shit 100, man. That man talking all that shit, man. Go out there and get it done, nigga.
All right,
you don't get it done.
So, Ticket, what you're saying is what Florent's going to get to in a little while about that clock situation. If the clock situation would have been correct, and Derek White would have tipped that ball in.
NBA shot go down. NBA shot go down. No excuses. No excuses.
All right, I'm not making no excuses.
Because if you came out, if you came out on business, Bob.
Okay, but look. So what you're saying is this. If Derek White doesn't do his job and get that tip in, you're gonna be okay with everything that happened with Miami?
No, I'm still gonna go off on his ass because it shouldn't have came to that. It should not have came to that.
I highly doubt that.
Because hold on, time out. It's not like it's been one game. Jimmy been playing like shit for the last 3 or 4 games. These is facts, bro. And then you talking, dog. You gotta, bro. Listen, when you doing all that talking, I saw when Jimmy Butler went Game 6 last year to Boston. He went and ain't it the game he dropped 50 last year, dog? He went and dropped. So I'm saying that's the type of performance and Jimmy knows that. He knows that. You're in Miami. We ain't playing no games. I'm head first. Everybody else got to come with me. He didn't do that, bro. You can't blame that on the other guys because the other guys was battling. They was the ones keeping the game within range. Jimmy wasn't doing nothing, bro. He was playing like complete garbage, man. Come on, bro.
He was missing shots. I mean, that's that's garbage.
Bro, he was getting his shit punched in his face. Hold on. No, he was getting his shit punched in his face by Derek White. Then he was getting cooked by Jason Tatum, was absolutely cooking this nigga to the 15th pound.
Why did they go away from that? I'm watching that mid-range. I'm thinking to myself, he can't cover him. I'm watching that in that mid-range. It was 3 straight trips. 3 straight trips, which I'm saying to myself, go right back to him again. He can't cover him. Go back to him again. He can't cover him. Destroy him. And on top of that, and I didn't think that I would see this, Jimmy looked despondent out there. He looked like a guy who wasn't really sure of himself. And the reason why he looked like he wasn't sure of himself, Dub, is because the tough guy looks like he got out toughed. You know what, dude? Maybe you ain't as tough as we think you are. Maybe you ain't as tough as everybody says you are. And I don't mean that from on the outside. That was the Boston Celtics. Maybe you ain't as tough as we think you are.
I don't like that shit, Tim. I don't like that shit, Tim.
He needed that. He don't get no criticism, Bob. That's the reason why he can do what he do because of niggas like you.
Through the beginning of the game, he was missing shots. In the fourth quarter, he was attacking the rim. He was being aggressive. He was not trying to go out.
Why wasn't he doing that the whole game, Big Ox? That's the point.
He was missing shots.
No, he wasn't getting them same shots. He wasn't nearly as aggressive in the. He wasn't nearly as aggressive throughout the game.
You can't do that. You threw Tatum some bail for that just last week for showing up in the fourth quarter. That's what Jimmy Butler did. Now, I can't deny the fact of what you're saying. Jimmy Butler was nowhere to be found for 36 minutes. For 36 minutes, I did not know Jimmy Butler was even on the court. I'm wondering where the hell Jimmy at. Fourth down, and I don't like that. I can't throw you bail for not showing up for 36.
Let me ask you this. I'm sorry. Keep going, Big Ops. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm done. I was just gonna say, but those last 12, you know what I'm saying? He was attacking the rim, being aggressive. He was getting down to making his free throws.
Absolutely. So with me throwing Jason Tatum bail, can you tell everybody what happened in that game and when he had 16 in the fourth?
Oh, they won.
They won that game. They won that game. This game right here, they didn't, and they didn't win this game off the strength of Jimmy Butler not being Jimmy Butler. They didn't just lose that game because they had a lapse at the end. There was a lot of stuff that went on in that game that involved Jimmy Butler not being Jimmy Butler. Yeah. A lot of that stuff went on, and we can't let that dude off the hook for that, man. Because I'm not trying to let him and I'm not saying that you are, but what I'm saying is that we're talking about a team that has a leader who, number one, is branded on being a tough guy, and they got out tough. And in the process of them getting out tough, that's why they lost. Miami wins games like that. Big Ox, tips at the end, dirty work stuff. That's who Miami is. Only except that was Boston.
And we know, obviously, you know, just about basketball, we've been at the end of games where we talk to our teammates and be like, man, if I just would have got that steal, if I wouldn't have made that turnover, we would have won. So I mean, there's a lot of that. Duncan Robinson shooting the three when Jimmy Butler's wide open on the baseline. That was dumb. There's a lot of breakdowns, and I understand that. I get it. I'm gonna stop trying to cap for Jimmy Butler.
I know Tone don't like that. I know Tone don't like that clock situation. I'm all interested. I'm interested to hear that because I got a different idea about it.
But before you say that, Tone, hold on. Before you say that, he said something about the shot. Who's the idiot that gave him the ball that early? Jimmy dumbass. Jimmy could have held the ball.
He moving the ball.
He could have held the ball, nigga. It was too much time on the clock. Jimmy dumbass gave him the ball. Jimmy, hold on. This idiot not looking at the time to score. You up one. Now this type of buffoonery I'm talking about with Jimmy that got me hot. Up one. Clown, you got the ball. You're down one. Excuse me. You got the ball. Why am I going to throw a cross-court pass to Duncan Robinson and shoot a three and we down one?
We talking about different possessions. No.
I'm talking about down the stretch when the game was on the wood. I'm talking about after he missed. Hold on. I'm talking about after he missed the three that would have tied it. Then Jimmy comes down. They go at 1 point off a free throw. Then Jimmy comes down with the ball in his hands. You down one. What does Jimmy do? Oh no, I'm gonna give it back to this nigga who just missed wide open. Instead of me take the ball to the cup,
but he's one of the best 3-point shooters ever. Chicken too.
No. I don't get. Hold on, come on. No, you're not listening.
One of the best 3-point shooters ever.
Hold on, right? Doug, you're not listening, Doug. Stop, Doug. Being a jackass. What I'm saying is this, Doug. You come down, Doug. Listen, you come down. I'm talking time and possession. You didn't need that shot right there. That was a quick three when you was only down one, and Jimmy had the ball in his hands. He just backed to it for no reason.
Give it back, Tippy.
No, you don't get it, nigga. He threw it across the court. How you gonna get it back to Jimmy?
I'm losing. I'm trying to remember that. I'm trying to visualize.
Duncan Robinson was on the wing.
Just shot. He's on the left wing. Duncan Robinson. Yeah. Jimmy Bucket's got the ball. He's coming out on the right wing. Duncan Robinson, who just missed 2 trips before that, he had just missed a butt naked look. Right. So now we coming down on the right wing. We're in the meat and potatoes of the game. Jimmy Butler got the ball on the right wing. Duncan Robinson is wide open on the left wing. Is it the right basketball play? Oh, absolutely it is. Is it the right play for a star? Because I can tell you right now, Jordan ain't skipping that over. He ain't skipping that over to Steve Kerr. Bird is not skipping that over to Danny Ainge.
Last year, y'all crucified Jimmy for shooting that shot.
Whoa! Last
maybe
year,
maybe not you.
I want to make sure we clear. He's the one.
Jimmy got murdered last year for shooting that shot.
And I hated every bit of that because the reason why we was here is because of him. That's number one. Number two, for him to take that shot, for us to go to the NBA Finals, he cracks that, and that goes in. We go to the NBA Finals. I'm all for that. I am 100% all for that. But for Duncan Robinson, who, by the way, was 50% on the long ball at that point, I understand what Jimmy's mentality was, but he should have held on to the basketball at that juncture of the game. We was only down 1 point. We could get another shot for Duncan Robinson.
Now we
You
got
can get another look for Duncan Robinson.
Hey, yo, Diesel,
you guys said a lot of things, and there was one thing just about Jimmy's toughness. I don't think Jimmy's. I'm not questioning Jimmy's toughness, and I don't think they think they're tougher than Jimmy. I think they realized the gap between them isn't as bad. Like, I think they were like, man, this guy's way tougher than us, and they pushed back a little. And it started with Grant Williams, and he lost. But then the other guy started, and they're like, oh, okay, he's tough. But, like, you know what? So are we. And I think that's where it's not that they're tougher than him. I think they just realized, oh, we can play that style too. And if we close that gap because we're more talented than that team, and that's where they got this confidence from, and that's what you're seeing from the Celtics. In regards to Jimmy Butler, I'm with Ticket. After Game 4, after Game 5, heck, probably should have been Game 5, but in Game 6, it's not, hey, I'm going to throw everybody on my back. And I need to come out and score 40, 50 points and figure this out, period. And so, when you compare him to Tatum, where he was having a bad game and he stepped up in the fourth quarter, that's because his team is a different setup. The Miami Heat need Jimmy to be the best Jimmy for them to win. And I think that's where he had 3 tries. He had Game 4, Game 5, and Game 6, and we didn't see him do it. So Game 7, if they have any hope, and I know we're not talking about Game 7 just yet, but if they have any hope, Jimmy needs to be, throw on that cape and say, yo, follow me. I'm taking you there.
Can he do it, though, Tone? That's the $1 million question.
He's done it before. Yes, he has the ability to do it. Is his mental state there? Is he physically able to? We're going to find out tonight.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey,
Ron, are you going to say something? Are you hosting or what you doing, Ron?
Oh, yeah, I'm hosting. My bad. Let me put myself on the top row right quick, Dub. I was just pulling a Bam Adebayo. Y'all going to give me a pass, right?
No, we not, bro.
Y'all gonna give me a pass? I'm just pulling a Bam Adebayo.
If you Bam, you getting the pass because that's all I hear is Bam Adebayo getting passes.
Hey, chill. I'm first team all L host, but y'all gonna give me a pass because I'm not Jimmy Butler up here. Hey, Ticket run the show. Hey, chill. You one of the greatest of all time. Hey, I mean, Diesel 745 said they had you over D Wade the other night.
You gotta stop lying, bro.
I can
Stop lying
afford
on my name.
He didn't say that. Ticket did not say that. What Ticket said is if they win the NBA championship, we got to have a different conversation.
And he win the finals.
He did not say that.
People don't listen. People don't listen.
He did not say that.
If you say anything remotely close to that,
right? He did not say that.
Bro, that's the hatred for me on you. It's sad, bro, that people allow what you say. Just to,
I take it one day. I hope I get hated as much as you want.
That's not what he said. So we're gonna talk about it.
People clearly only hear what they want to hear. Wait, they don't listen. Go ahead.
Can I ask? Because I'm late. I'm sorry, I'm late, guys. My bad.
Another one.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's all on Jimmy. Yeah, it don't matter.
Hey, real quick. So, Ticket, what was your critiques of Jimmy so far? Because I'm not gonna lie, I remember the first 3 games. Everyone up here, it wasn't just you. Everybody was up here talking about him like he was Batman. The last 3 games, I've been seeing Nightwing.
I don't not believe in him.
Now he's playing like the Joker.
Nightwing.
We believe in the guy. Hold on. We believe in the guy. Here's the thing. Just because you criticize a dude because he's not getting the job done at the time, don't mean you don't believe in him. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They can't take constructive criticism when you criticize him. KD is one of those guys. He get real sensitive when you criticize him. Now he make it seem like, oh, y'all don't like me. Y'all no, we don't like you because of your reaction to constructive criticism. All they want to do is come out here and praise you all the time. That's why when you were saying the stuff you were saying about AD and I was cooking him, I was seeing some of the stuff he wasn't doing that was going to result in the Lakers losing. So that's why I was cooking AD, not because you hate AD. It's because you're tired of seeing this stuff. You want the message to get to them so they'll stop it. So this is the same thing with Jimmy right now, bro. He need to get cooked. He done lost 3 straight games in a row, and he's still talking. He laughing after the game. You screaming at your teammates. No, it's you. It's you. And see, that's what I hate. Because one of his teammates should say, no, bitch, it's you. It's you not doing your job. You doing all the talking. He on the sideline screaming at everybody, telling everybody what they ain't doing. No, it's you. You supposed to be the guy. You're the ones doing all the guaranteeing. So guess what? Even though I still like Jimmy and I still think he top 5, we going to cook his ass because he deserved to get cooked. Because these
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong to praise a player when he's playing well and to critique him when he's playing poor. Like that's what we do.
Damo, if you my man, and I'm out of line, you would be out of line if you didn't tell me that I was out of line. If you were my man. So
very true.
So this logic with buckets.
Relax, dog. You didn't mean it like that.
I can't talk about buckets in a great way and then only talk about him like that when he's not doing his job. Because that wouldn't be my man if that was the case.
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people in this NBA community, and I've been looking. Listen, after the first game, I came with him. I was like, you know what? That was one game. That was, maybe if they extend it, we might have a conversation. After the second game, the Celtics won. I had some things going on. I wasn't able to hear what everybody had to say and everything going on. We're sitting at game 7 now, and I've looked around. Listen, my timeline since the Lakers have lost has been filled with people either praising the Nuggets, people going crazy for the Heat, or people going crazy for the Celtics. One thing I'm not seeing going into game 7 tonight, I'm not seeing, or whenever game 7 is, it's tonight, right?
It's tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Whenever one thing I'm not seeing tonight is people holding Jimmy Butler accountable how he would do anybody else. I sat on here and heard Ticket say, hey, he sat there and told Lowe when Lowe was over here doing tricks on Jokic. I heard him say, yo, I'm not going to give him no praise until he actually do it. We're not going to be here until he actually do it.
I said all-time praise.
Wait, hold on.
Don't twist my words too.
Wait, Ticket, hold on. Just hear me out. I'm not okay. Bet we're not going to give him too much praise until the job's finished, because that was essentially the point. Like, wait, get the job done, finish the job, and then we can give you all the praise you want. People,
hold on, no. But you misconstruing what I'm saying, dog. I'm not saying that about you. Hold on.
You could admit in the all-time. You could admit in the all-time facet, but still, even in terms of now in the playoffs, it was still let's not do too much because the series is not done. Correct?
No. You're not hearing me. I'm talking about Lowe was glazing this dude. Lowe was saying that this dude was all-time this, all-time that. Lowe was saying this dude was peaking Kobe Bryant in offense and his offensive peak. This is all the stuff Lowe was saying.
I know, but I'm
no. That was hold on. That was hold on.
If you take it from all time, even if you take it from all time, the conversation we was having about Jokic or tried to have about Jokic during the regular season just now, still it was all right. We can give him praise, but there's not too much praise.
No. I'm talking. Hold on, Dom. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I have Jokic, a top 3 player in the league right now. I have him number 2 right now. So I do have a top player in the league. The only player I got over right now is Steph Curry. That's the only player I got over right now.
Okay, I misheard what you said. Cool. I didn't understand what you were saying at the time.
Yeah, when I'm talking about Jimmy, and I'm saying top 5, I'm saying he's a top 5 player in the game today. I ain't saying all time. Lowe was coming in here saying that Jokic is a peak better offensive player than Kobe. He putting him on his all-time level because he got 2 MVPs. I'm like, bro, we can't praise him like you trying to do until he win multiple championships, because the other guys that we praise like that have all won multiple championships. I'm not praising you saying.
I think just let me just push through, because I didn't want to just stop it at Jokic. Just let me push through.
Keep going.
What I'm seeing people do about Jimmy Butler, people sat here for those first 3 games and they was ready to give him all kind of praise. What I've seen people do with Jimmy Butler yet again in other playoffs is he has a basic NBA All-Star season, which isn't nothing crazy, anything. He didn't do nothing out of the ordinary spectacular this whole season. The playoffs start and we're ready to dub him top 10, top 5, top whatever, because of however able he's able to rise. Hold on. He's able to rise.
No, but I need to pause you there for a sec.
When he falls short, when he doesn't show up, those same people aren't there to hold him, to be critical towards him. Those same people are very quiet. They sit in the back.
Hold on, we right here.
They sit with their hands down.
What are you talking about?
Hold on, we right here, Dom. We right here, Dom. Hold on, Dom. Not only are we right here, Dom. Let me give you a reality check. Not only right here.
This is what the fans. Hold on.
Wait, hold. A lot of hit dogs is hollering, because I swear to God, there's more people on this planet that talk about the Heat than the 6 faces on the panel. I'm not talking about y'all. I understand y'all. I understand y'all were holding accountable.
You get it. Mm-hmm. A fan is only going to talk about the positive, and they're going to ignore the negative. As far as we hear, and maybe hopefully most of the people, when Jimmy's up 3-0 on the Celtics, and we're about to see an 8 seed led by Jimmy take on the number 1 seed and destroy them in 5, and then if they were to sweep the Celtics, you got to put him up higher than, because he just performed at a level that you have to start having a conversation. He just beat the number 1 seed in 5, and he was going to sweep the number 2 seed. So that's a different conversation, because now when they lose game 4, game 5, game 6, Well, now it is a different conversation because he's not the same guy we saw in those 9 games or 8 games where he destroyed the Bucks and was up 3-0. So yes, the conversation does shift. Now, what you're saying is people aren't holding him accountable. We are. The people online, of course, his fans are not, but anybody else who's being objective is saying, hey, this dude is a different dude than we saw at the beginning. The objective people. But of course, fans are going to pick a fan of any player. What do? He's perfect. And anytime he does something bad, excuse here, excuse there. Oh, well, that's what they're doing because they're fans, and fan is short for fan dumb.
Well, Fluent, I want to ask you a question, Fluent, because I'm glad you said that. And Dom said something that really ticked me off and made me think about something. We praise all these dudes for regular season achievements. Then they get to the postseason when it's really money time, when it's time to put on, and they get turned down. For a case in point, Joel Embiid. We've praised him for the last few years for his regular season. So Dama was in here saying, oh, man, Jimmy, he ain't doing all this in the regular season, but then in the postseason, everybody, no. I said Jimmy was top 5 before the season started based off of what I saw for the last 3 years, which was an NBA Finals appearance and 2 conference Finals appearances. So that's why I said he was top 5 before all this. I didn't wait till after game 3 and say that. But then I want to say this to you. Jimmy Butler still averaged 23 points a game this year. He still was all NBA. He still was all defense. So at the end of the day, you don't have to have the same type of season that guys like Embiid and them are having if the postseason doesn't validate what your regular season says you do. Because all the great ones, not only in current, but of all time, their postseason, the true creme de la creme, was even greater or as great as their regular season. They was able to take it up a notch. So when I look at guys like Joel Embiid and I say, damn, his production goes down 10 points in the playoffs every year. I can't look at him the same during the regular season no more and praise him on that level when I see dudes like Jimmy Butler, whose production from the regular season skyrockets in the postseason. This is the reason why, because this is the money time. This is the time, like you said about Kawhi Leonard a few months ago, when you was like, hey, man, as long as he's ready to get me one of these on his ring finger, I'm cool with it. So my thing is this. If Jimmy got his team in the playoffs and he's there in the playoffs, putting it on and putting it down and has his team in a position to get to the NBA Finals and win the chip, man, listen, man, it's a lot of dudes sitting at home right now that we praise them for what they did in the regular season. But when it comes to the postseason, that's where you differentiate the men from the boys.
Damo, I think that we have to hold guys who are top 10, top 15 players. We hold these dudes in a higher regard. Jimmy Butler in the last since the 1920 season, these last 4 years, his team's been in the Eastern Conference Championship 3 times in the last 4 years, right? He's been in the NBA Finals once, been in Game 7, twice in the Eastern Conference Championship. He's been an All-Pro 2 of the last 4 years. He's been an all-league defender. This guy's a top 15 player. Now, we're not going to hold the number 12 player to the same standard that we hold the number 2 player, but we're not going to let that number 12 player off the hook neither. We're not just going to say to this, we're not going to say to Devin Booker, who got smoked last year in Game 7, and go, yeah, well, your team just wasn't good enough. Not specifically because the year before that, we watched you in the NBA Finals, and we got to listen to people. I got to listen to people tell me that he's the next Kobe Bryant, that he's the best 2 guard in the game. So when he comes into the next season, his team gets mopped in Game 7 and on their home floor, I cannot go, well, maybe he just isn't that good. No, absolutely not. If we're going to hold you to this regard, then this is the regard you need to be held to. Now, again, the number 12 guy, he might not get the same criticism as the number 7 guy, but he does need to be held to a higher standard.
I do want to say, too, Jimmy has been getting cooked. So I don't understand this thing that nobody's really cooking Jimmy. Jimmy is getting cooked 3 the hard way, like Ticket likes to say, by everybody. You got people on this platform, the fandom, the people in the chat, and just people in general. You being on the team of being up 3-0, going to a Game 7, and a big part of the reason this whole entire time I've been quiet, but a big part of the reason I don't want to hear nothing about Erik Spoelstra like that. I don't want to hear nothing about Bam Adebayo like that, because at the end of the day, when I look back in the series, Jimmy Butler has played 4 games playing very badly and playing not to the level which we were accustomed to for the whole postseason run. So when I take that into consideration and I see the way we're losing, Jimmy Butler's getting the burner. He's getting thrown into fire because you are supposed to be our most consistent guy. If you're our best player, you're supposed to show a great level of consistency, which is why Jason Tatum gets cooked so much because of his level of inconsistency. Jimmy Butler has been terrible for the last 4 games, even in game 3 in which we won. So no, he does not get passes. He needs to get thrown in the fire because it's ridiculous, and he is a big part of the reason why we might blow this 3-0 lead. 100%.
So nobody up here is disappointed in Bam besides me and Bob.
How are you going to be disappointed in a guy we knew?
Because he's a two-time All-Star, 4-team All-Defensive Player of the Year. So you guys like you came up here and said he's better than Sabonis. He's better than this guy. So if he's easily better than Sabonis, then where is he?
Listen, time out. Bam's offense has always been in question. His inconsistency has always been a question, even throughout the regular season. No, Ron, listen.
Ron.
Wait. Let me have. I'm about to tell y'all. I am about to tell y'all. I'm about. Ron. Wait. Because Bam Adebayo, even last season, throughout the postseason, he showed levels of inconsistencies with his offense. I think he only had 14 points. So we knew that in the regular season, maybe he could get by, but in the postseason is when his inconsistencies happen.
That's ridiculous.
Even in this postseason, it happened. So if I know a guy in Bam Adebayo, his offense is inconsistent and bad, why am I going to crucify a guy that I know who he is? If he's playing better defense, if he's Ron.
Yeah, Marz, I'm making this look because of you. Because you will come up here, and put your fingers around Julius Randle's throat and will suffocate him for a playoff performance if he plays like this.
All right, Ron, you're about to get cooked right here.
If he has a series like this, you will kill Julius Randle. Y'all call him bums, right? But
you're about to get cooked right here.
Come up here and say Bam Adebayo's better than him, right?
I bet Spo wish he had Julius Randle right now.
I bet Jimmy's calling Julius right now like, Julius, come save me. Because this brother, this bum of a brother isn't doing a jack sheet in this series.
You calling my man a
this bum of a brother isn't doing jack sheet this series.
Bam Adebayo's defense is
Bam not a bum. He's just
Bam Adebayo's
defense
is taking a hit, if Bam Adebayo's defense is no longer what it is, then we will kick him for that because that's what Bam's value is. It's not his offense. It's how good of a defender he is. His defense is still there no matter what. His offense is inconsistent, which is what we knew. Julius Randle, and we even checked the postseason numbers the other day when we was talking Ticket. Even Julius Randle, this worst version of Bam, is still better than what Julius Randle did this year. So don't even compare the two.
But Dub, so what you're telling me is that if you know that your girl has had a couple fender benders in her life.
If I know a girl's a cheater,
that's not what I'm saying, Dub. I'm not talking about cheating. You always want to take it there. We don't got to talk about infidelity, Dub. That's too serious.
Answer.
I'm talking. If you know your girl has a couple fender benders on her record, and but still it's raining outside, and you're not trying to let her walk to the corner store, you like, go ahead, baby, take the bins. If she hits a curb, you're still going to be tight, Dub.
But I expect it from her. I expect her to hit a curb. If I
stay out my car.
Well, hold on, Ron. Hold on, Bobby. If I know that somebody's caught.
Hey, chill, Sam. Keys, please.
Hold on, Bobby. If I know that
you
somebody,
can't say that, bro, because
you asked the question. Can I answer?
He's still a professional athlete, Doug, and you want him to show up. So if he doesn't show up, you can't be like, oh well.
Bob, he's not just a professional athlete. He's Bam Adebayo. He's the third best big man in the league, according to some of y'all logic. He's the third best big in the league. You cannot let guys.
Giannis Valanciunas wouldn't have went out like that.
You can't let undrafted guys like Gabe Vincent outplay you. You can't let guys like Max Strus outplay you. You can't let guys like Caleb Morton outplay you, and then we come up here and crucify Jimmy Butler. Yo, I typically don't do this, but this is a bum of a performance. This is bum assness at a Bam. No, this is bum assness. You're coming up here trying to praise bum assness, and I will not tolerate it. I will not tolerate us praising bum assness.
What you got, dog? What you got, dog? What you got, dog?
Y'all ready to shut the fuck up?
No way.
Yeah, what you got, dog?
I'll shut the fuck up real quick. Just give me 1 second. I just need to sit here. I'm a person about being consistent. I'm a person that always believes in apologizing when you need to. So chill, Ron, Ox, Marz, you was kind of quiet the whole time I was doing these, so you won't really count. Fluent, even you, Ticket, I need to look y'all dead in this camera and say, I apologize. Because after listening to Dub defend Bam and sound just like me using the same points I used about AD, I see what y'all mean now. Now I get it. Now, listening from the outside looking in, hearing, hey, honestly, though, offensively, he's inconsistent, but we knew that. But defensively is where it's now hearing that from the outside looking in, even though AD, Bam, like I get it. I get how I sounded crazy
But Damo,
when
Damo,
AD
it's
was
like this.
underperforming and costing us games, and I'm just like, yo, defense. I get it, so I apologize. Hey,
Damo,
Chat,
but
Chat,
Damo.
Yes, but you have to agree.
Damo, hold on,
You have
hold
to
on,
agree.
wait,
You have to
wait,
agree with this point.
Damn.
You have to agree
I've
with
been
Dub
trying
on
to say
this one
something for
point.
5 minutes. Damn. Hold on.
I haven't talked to
Hold on.
20.
Hold on,
was just
man.
gonna-
I
was gonna agree
gotta
with
say
you.
this because there's a lot of nonsense going on right here. First of all, Lomo, we're not putting Bam on this level of a crazy one. The level Sabonis. The level Sabonis, a guy who just had a terrible postseason against the Warriors. His set shot is broke. Okay, we're comparing to those guys. We're not putting him on the level of a Jokic or an Embiid. You want to know why he's the third or fourth best big in the league? Because there's not a lot of bigs out there, Ron. That's why he's getting put on that
So he's
level.
better than
So
Anthony
stop.
Davis?
So stop. No, he's not. He's not better
yeah,
than
I'm
Anthony.
saying-
I'm saying, Jonas, all I'm
You
saying,
keep
Dub,
interrupting me.
Jonas
You
Valanciunas,
keep
Jonas
interrupting me.
Valanciunas
Dub is making a
You
good
keep
point.
interrupting me. Let me finish for a second.
Jonas Valanciunas.
Bam
is on the
Adebayo,
ground like
you brought up the analogy with a girl keep hitting the rims or keep hitting the bumper and stuff. If I know that girl is doing that, I'm not going to be giving her the keys. I'm going to keep the keys to myself. So if she keeps doing that, why am I going to crucify her for that when I know that's who she is? It's my fault for giving her the keys, number one. So Bam Adebayo, his main value is what? His defense, what he brings defensively. Is his defense taking a hit? Is he not the same capable defender? No, he's still playing great defense on a high level to be over than to put. Well, he's averaging more than Julius Randle.
You're not
But hold on,
hold.
hold on.
on.
You keep interrupting me. You keep interrupting me, Bobby. You keep interrupting me, Bobby. I'm gonna ignore that. So Bam Adebayo, his offense has been an inconsistent thing for the last 2 seasons. So it is what it is. That's who he is. We're not putting him on the level of Jokic. We're not putting him on the level. You could crucify him for that 100%.
But
you wouldn't bring up
his level.
Wait, Ron. Yeah, his level. You brought up
on his
Sabonis.
level.
He's
Just play how you normally play.
Is he a top three center, though?
You know what?
Is he a top
Play
three
how
center,
you
though?
normally
No,
play.
do you think
Yes,
he's a top
that
three
is
center?
how he
You
normally
can't-
plays, Ron.
That's how he
who
normally
is.
plays?
Yes.
So
Don't
this
get
is
slow,
so this is what you've been praising all year?
To be
You've
better
been
than
pra- you've been
Sabonis,
praising
yes.
bum assness all year.
I don't think he's better than
If he's a bum ass, so is Sabonis.
He's not, Damo. He's
If
not.
he's a
Have-
bum
have
ass,
you-
so
have
is
you
This is
been
what
praising
Dub
this
does,
guy all
Damo.
year?
No, if he's a
Damo,
bum,
this
so
is
is
what
Sabonis,
Dub does.
bro.
When
I'm not doing
you
it.
say something about a player he likes, he instantly just finds a player you like and be like, "Well, this motherfucker is sorry."
Don't worry about it.
We can't really talk about.
No.
what we're talking about.
Y'all just want to
You know
spew
how that
hate
go.
and
You know how
just
that
do
go,
bullshit just
Wait,
because you just
Dub,
don't like
is
the
he-
guy. That's
is
all.
he a
That's
top
all.
three
You
center?
can't
Is he a top three center?
hold Bam. You can't hold Bam
Is
to
AD
the
a center,
same
yes or
level.
No, I don't
You
have
can't
AD.
hold Bam to the same level that you hold Jimmy.
Sure,
So
yeah.
yes, is Bam somewhat to blame because he's on that team and they're blowing a 3-0 lead? Yes, but you can't say he's more to blame or even as much to blame as Jimmy. But I kind of see your point because what is the job of a number two? And Bam is that number two. Is when your number one starts to falter, you need to step up. And even though he's inconsistent on offense, he hasn't stepped up. So I see what Ron and Bob are saying, but you can't hold him to the same level as Jimmy and say, oh, he's just as much to blame. He's not. It's still Jimmy's team.
Like,
But if he's not shooting 4 for 16, my fault, Dub. Go ahead.
Nah, because you asked about the bigs, right? You got Jokic, and Embiid, right? Top two. After that, Rudy, Cat, who else? Bam, Sabonis. Like, this is not a high tier market of players. You just want to make it sound right. Oh, he's not performing like a top 3, top 4, top 5 big right now. Guess what?
All
the
of those
bar
guys
for that
will be
range is
playing
not
better
great.
in the Eastern
How
Conference
are
Finals.
these? How are
Each
these
and
big
every
guys
one of
good?
each and every one of those guys will be performing better than Bam right now.
And
Each and every one of those guys.
there's a lot of good bigs in the league, though. I want y'all to stop. I
No,
want y'all to
centers. Stop saying big.
Centers.
No.
So Lomo, you see the range is in. So it's not a crazy ball that we have in there.
Y'all underrate these guys all the time just so y'all can big up Jokic and Joel. Like there is good big men in the league. Valanciunas is a good big man. Vooch is a good big man. Brook Lopez is a good big man.
If Brook Lopez played on the Heat right now, this series would be over.
But
This series would be over.
There's a lot of good
series
bigs
would be
in the
over.
league.
Okay, all right. Well, if you want to, Brook Lopez don't shoot 4 for 16 last night. He plays
I just want to know where was his
Adebayo.
criticism when Sabonis played like ass against the Warriors and they left
When
him?
do we not? When do we not?
We killed him.
I was loud.
But see, don't take it so personal. When you
Not
take
from
it
y'all,
personal,
from
you
Ron
lose
and
focus.
Bobby. From Ron and Bobby. From Ron
What
and
did I
Bobby.
say?
Yo,
I was up here holding my squad accountable. I was up here holding my squad accountable, Dub. I don't get sensitive when somebody brings up a player that I like and just try to shit on another player. Because that's just not the proper thing to do.
Can I just add? I'm so sick of seeing people. I'm so sick of the people. Yo, he's 6'9". He's not a center. What was Ben Wallace? Was Ben Wallace not a center? So Ben Wallace was a power forward, but he was a center. Center is the position you play. The Heat play him at center. When you look at the Miami Dub, you're the Heat fan here. What position does he play?
He plays in the hole.
What does he play since he came in the league?
Play in the hole.
Okay, so obviously Erik Spoelstra and Pat Riley didn't care he was 6'9". Why are y'all sitting here saying he's 6'9", he can't be shut up, bro. Y'all play too much 2K. Anyway, me personally, if I have a guy as a top, that's too much 2K logic. Where, he's 6'9", he can't be a center.
This thing is too much 2K.
I guess. To me, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If I have a guy as a top 3 center, which going through the list, I don't think he's a top 3 center. But if we're holding to that standard, regardless if you think there's a gap between 1, 2, and then 3 is a gap, still being a top 3 center, the third best center in the NBA, out of all the best 400 or 450 people that play basketball on this planet, and you're top 3, that comes with a certain level of prestige, I guess. It comes with a certain level of expectations, regardless of who's on your team, regardless of who you play for. If you are the third best center in the NBA, play like it, and at least consistently. If he's not that guy, we can't say he's that guy.
He ain't that dude. He ain't that dude with that broke ass jump shot. He ain't that dude. That shit look horrible.
Dub, your defense of his defense first with Bam. That would make sense if I looked and Bam shot like 4 for 8, 5 for 10 type stuff, and he focused on defense.
But Lomo.
He shot 16 shots, bro. 4 for 16.
Lomo, it's like this, bro. It's like this. Nobody's putting him on this level of being that guy. Like, y'all just keep saying he's a top 3, top 4, top 5 center, so it comes with a certain prestige. I don't hold him to that level that you guys trying to put him on just because he's a top 3, top 4, top 5 guy. It is what it is. I'm not holding him to that level because I know who he is. Y'all want to hold him to that level because it sounds nice. Y'all can do that, so y'all could cook him. When y'all ask me where I'm ranking him and how I'm valuing him, I know who he is. He's not this crazy guy where he's supposed to be doing this consistently. I don't rank him to. And the people in his
he a low budget Chris Bosh. That's it.
And the people in this tier, Sabonis, Rudy, who else? Cat. All of those guys have those same issues, and that's the tier he belongs in. So
is he the second best player on this team?
Yes.
So wait a minute.
As the second best player on this, on the second best player on this team, do you not expect him to step up when Jimmy's failing?
I hope that he can, but I know that's not in his game. It is what it is.
So this one, Gabe Vincent.
I know who he is. Why am I going to crucify him for something that he's not doing? That's not what he is. I know that's not who he is.
Can I ask a question? Does Tyler Hero change his series to any of y'all's mind? Does he change his series with one game? Any of y'all's mind?
He makes it worse. In my opinion, he makes it worse for him.
I want to get back on this Bam thing.
Who did you say?
Tyler Hero. I want to get back on this Bam thing.
So you can have 2 guys out there shooting ill-timed threes? That's terrible.
And one of them not playing defense? Yeah, nah, bro. Can't.
Wait a minute. I mean, you talk about a guy you talk about a guy, the Miami Heat have a flight scheduled to Denver after the game tonight. Do they? Oh, boy.
Did they for real?
I'm sure they do. Because
that's what it says. I don't know.
Well, we're not going back home because the finals start on Thursday. So we ain't going back. We ain't going back home to go to Denver. No, we ain't doing that.
Bring 3 suits. We going to Denver for 2 games. That's
they going. Hey, Fluent. They going to Shotgun Willies.
Senior frogs.
Now, Dub, your logic is that you don't hold him to that standard because you know who he is. Did you know who he was when y'all was in the NBA Finals in 2020?
In 2020, I think that was probably the best version of Bam in the postseason. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, it's been nothing but letdown after letdown. And now
so last year was a letdown also.
Oh, yes. A crazy letdown from him.
And he improved this year. And coming into this series, right? Coming into this series against the Boston Celtics, I think he was averaging almost 20 and 9 coming into this series. Now, he has been somewhat inconsistent. But since when do we have a guy who's the second best player on a championship contender that's almost a 20-10 guy that we don't hold him to that standard. Your logic of him not being, your logic of you knowing who he is, well, is that the same as me saying I know who James Harden is?
Yes.
Wow.
If you know who James Harden is and he's performing badly, you're not going to be surprised. You know where he is.
You know my real problem with guys like you and Fluenardo, and I know y'all are buddies and y'all ride to the end. You dudes talk all this shit, Marz too, about Erik Spoelstra and this how legendary of a guy he is, and he's better than Doc and all this other shit. Where's the heat for him? I haven't heard nobody give him the record of smoke that he deserved for being down in this series the way for losing 3 straight games in this series the way he had.
You were late. You were late because they didn't send you the link. We did.
We got on him. You missed the ticket.
It wasn't enough.
You didn't hear what
he's just better than Doc Rivers.
As much y'all praise
even if he is better than Doc Rivers, which I do think he's better than Doc Rivers, just because I don't cook somebody as much as you, don't mean I don't cook him. What are you talking about? What kind of logic is that? You spend an hour cooking a guy, and I spend 20 minutes cooking him. That don't mean that I didn't cook him.
Hey, Doc been to multiple NBA finals.
This ain't even close to Doc. Even if he loses this
if he blows a 3-0 lead, we're cooking him. Don't worry.
Spurs been to 5 finals.
That is true.
Not only has he been. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dale.
Wait. Other than Game 4, I don't think Spo should be blamed for any other game. Only Game 4.
I was gonna ask what the critique is. Like, what
is this for doing?
Because I'm watching him.
Hold on. Yeah. What other than Game 4 at home where you could close it out? No. Even Game 6, everybody's going.
You want to know what the critique is?
Hold on, ticket. Everybody's going Bam crazy, Jimmy crazy. The last minute and a half, 2 minutes of that Game 6 was legendary from Jimmy Butler.
Here's a critique of him.
Box out the whole.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Hold on. That's the critique of him. Hold on. That's another critique of him. What's the last thing you say to your team in the huddle before you go out there on that last play? Everybody box out. Hold on. Let me say this to you too. Also, another critique of him. Keeping fat ass Kyle Lowry in the game early when he was playing like trash and continuing to allow him to play. He was playing like straight doo-doo early in the game.
Who's he going to go to, Ticket? You talking like he got
I'm saying anybody but Kyle Lowry.
Who else?
Anybody but him.
That wasn't Spoelstra's decision, bro.
You want your blood pressure medication, fool?
What you got, Ticket? What do you have?
You about to pop a blood vessel.
Because that logic is goofy. You're talking about Kyle Lowry, who, by the way, has been playing really good in the playoffs, number one.
Man, get out of here. Kyle Lowry was trash. He was trash
last night. He was trash on Saturday, Ticket. I'm not going to fight that, and I will not argue that. However, if you are going to take Kyle Lowry out of the rotation or take him off the floor, who are we going with?
Bro, you still got those other guys you had on the bench to guard.
Which guys?
That's going to ruin his
hold on. You still have Martin. You had Martin on the bench. You brought Martin back in for him. But I'm saying you held him in way too long when he was playing like garbage. He was turning the ball over, getting his shit punched, shooting shit on the side of the glass, doing all kind of dumb shit.
But with all of that being said,
but 2.8 seconds, they're up 1.
No, that's not his fault though. That was because Boston fell apart. Hold on. Boston went in idiot mode and fell apart.
All of the mistakes you're talking about is 2.8 seconds.
No. But Dale, Boston fell apart, Dale. Did Boston not fall apart them last 7 minutes? Boston was taking.
Why did they fall apart? Was it because of Miami?
No, them niggas was coming down jacking up threes. That was their fault.
Spo went to a zone and that slowed down.
No. I'm sorry. The whole game when Spo went to a zone this whole series, they have been able to attack and get to the basket. Him and Jaylen Brown. They stopped that shit.
From game 4 onwards, yes. That's
those shots. If you go back and look at the shots Boston took, they took bad shots. Those last 7 minutes, they gave him a chance to get back in the game. If they would just ran their offense, ran the clock, and play solid basketball, it wouldn't even been no time for Jimmy and them to come back down and get in that game like that. They kept coming down, and Boston does this a lot. If you notice, every single game that they was getting up and Miami just coming right back, it's because they'll get up and then take stupid shots to let you right back in the game. They don't never keep playing a methodical game where they'll keep a balance of sometimes giving the ball to Robert Williams, sometimes giving it to Al Horford in the post, and then playing on the outside penetration by Jaylen Brown, penetration by Jason Tatum. Again, Jason Tatum, he was cooking Jimmy 3 the hard way in the first. It wasn't even funny. He hit him with everything you can hit him with. Drives, mid-range fadeaways, mid-range post pull-up, reverse spins, all kind of shit. He was killing him. Then what happened? He let him off the hook, start coming down, jacking up threes, doing dumb shit. Bro, so they let you, the Boston Celtics, they will let you back in the game. The only thing that will really kill you with the Celtics is when they are really on fire hitting threes. When they really on fire and they just keep hitting threes, that's what pounds down on you. But when they're not, they will keep jacking up those threes because that's their philosophy, which is stupid. And it lets you back in the game if they're not hitting shots. Like I said, again, Espo and them was gifted to get back in that game. That game should have been going away for Boston. The way Jimmy was playing and the way Boston was playing, Boston should have won that game going away. This shouldn't even have came down close. They allowed them to get back in the game. And trust me, that coach would have heard about that after that game was over with. Because if you go look at the last 7 minutes in those possessions on the play-by-play for Boston's, they was jacking up threes and taking bad shots, bro.
Who was jacking up these threes? Because I'm remembering the fourth quarter. I don't remember Tatum jacking up that much threes because he was just having an off second half. He had 25 points in the first half. The second half was
hold on. He had to bench Marcus Smart for a second because Marcus Smart, he hit a couple threes, then he shot crazy ass.
Marcus Smart shot one crazy three, and then the last shot he took, I thought was crazy. But
right, hold on, and then go back. Hold on, and then go back. Al Horford, I think he missed a three late. He just jacked up a quick three. No. He jacked up a quick three. No, this is what I'm saying, bro. When you up 10 points and it's a few minutes left in the game, we're playing time and score, running our possession. These dudes are playing a Mike D'Antoni offense where it's almost like it's whoever gets it hot potato, we shooting it. That's how Miami was getting the ball and getting back in the game.
No, I think Miami was getting real stops.
Yeah, they were
go back and look. They wasn't, bro.
They were locking up.
They was getting real stops. Because I remember a possession where they could have called a foul for Brown or Tatum, but they didn't. Miami got the rebound. Even the shots that Duncan Robinson missed is good defensive possession. Bam pushed the ball and he had an open shot. Those are good defensive possessions. And then Jimmy Butler had the last 2 minutes of great clutch 3 and 1 and made 3 free throws. They go up 1 and so all the Kyle Lowry playing terrible, all the Bam playing terrible, or Jimmy playing terrible. Max Strus, one box out.
But then you got to get on Espo for the way they've come out in the last 3 games. They've came out lackadaisical. They came out unfocused. Hold on, Dale, because you play ball, Dale. Hey, Dale, you're not finna play this game because you play ball. They've come out lackadaisical, playing games. After they've been losing, they've been at the press conference smiling, on the bench laughing. That shit don't happen if the coach got that in line, bro. If the coach says cut that bullshit out, then it's cut out. Espo is going to the post-game presser smiling, saying, I don't know how we going to do it. We going to do it, though. Man, shut your silly, fake-ass Pat Riley, fake-ass.
They just keeping hope alive, keeping it light, Ticket, you know? Taking
it light. Nah, man. Because you think Pat Riley would have smiled? You think Pat Riley would have said if you seen Bam laughing after the game, if you seen Jimmy laughing after the game? Pat Riley was hot. Did you see when they put the video on Pat Riley? Chilltown? Yeah. Pat Riley was fuming. He was steaming up there, bro.
You are comparing a different era of basketball, though. You're doing it. You're comparing a different era of players, a different.
I'm not, bro. I don't even see time out. I'm gonna say this to you right now. I will give the Lakers this one thing. When the Lakers was getting their ass whooped by Denver, you ain't see AD and LeBron James smiling at the game. I seen AD in the locker room ready to start crying.
Smiling or not, though, an ass whooping is an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if he's smiling or not. My thing is, I think Erik Spoelstra realized that we're not even supposed to be here right now.
See, and Bob, I'm not doing that right there. That part right there, I'm not doing that. Hold up, you're not supposed to be here. This team was just in the Eastern Conference Championship last year. They were the number 1 seed. It's the same, and it's the same crew. Yeah, it is a different year, but it's the same crew who got better.
No Vic, no Tyler.
The fact that we're not supposed to be here, but we are here. The fact that we are here, we should be playing like that, and we're not going to let these guys off the hook.
I'm not saying he's okay with it, Chilltown. What I'm saying is, I don't think he wants to get on Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, a couple of guys. I don't think he wants to be on their head like, man, come on. I think he's more so like, all right, y'all, we lost. Y'all chill out. We'll regroup. we'll get this game 7. I think he's trying to show an aura of like a confidence, maybe a little.
But at this juncture of the season, though, Bob. At this juncture of the season, it's a difference if this is it's a difference if we're in January. It's a difference if we're in February. We're in the Eastern Conference Championship. We were up 3-0. Right. At some point, there has to be a sense of urgency. Come on, guys. Come on. It's not.
I think him having the facial expressions, more of a smile than a frown. Right. I don't think that's a lack of urgency. I think it's just him just trying to relax, trying to keep everybody calm. Like, yo, we're still here. We're not out. We're not done. They haven't walked us down yet. Let's keep it cool.
What?
We'll get in the locker room.
You 3-3. You 3-3. Hold on. I got one last question for y'all. Hey, Fluent. I want to ask this with all sincerity, because you was talking all that shit, boy. You and Grilltown starry ass and that punk ass Marz and low ass too. You hiding somewhere, low. Bring your ass. Where have the adjustments been at for the great East Bowl the last 3 games? Remember, y'all said Doc. Y'all told me Doc ain't make no adjustments. Y'all told me when Doc was getting walked down. Remember, Ron? They said Doc ain't make no adjustments. Where have the adjustments been from East Bowl in game 4, 5, 6?
Okay. Well, you want to talk about adjustments? So let's discuss Caleb Martin for a second. Caleb Martin, who now is an integral part of the offense, will started last game. Not only did he start, he has now sent him to the backboard. As opposed to him just being back in transition. He has sent him to the backboard. That's an adjustment. And not only is it an adjustment, it's an adjustment that has worked for them. That's number one. Number two, how about this matchup zone that they were in, where this Boston Celtics team, which was good in the first half, but it hasn't been good in the second half. And you know why? Because that matchup zone has now been pushed past the 3-point line. And you got both Gabe Vincent and you got Jimmy Butler at the top of it, which you didn't have before. Now you had Strus in the back. That's called an adjustment, which is why the Boston Celtics went, by the way, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown went 0 for 12 on the long ball, because now what we're doing is we're limiting their touches. That's called an adjustment, Ticket. Don't talk to me about guys not making adjustments. Spo is a better coach than Doc Rivers in the meat and potatoes of the game, in stretches of the game, and making adjustments. It's not a question. Who you cooking 3 the hard way? Nobody.
Wow, that was a master.
Did they win?
What?
Tiki,
win?
Also, you lied to me earlier, Tiki. I just
Hey, hold on, Bob. Did they win? Hold on, Bob. Did they win, nigga? Did they win? All right then. Shut your Uncle Ben looking ass up then, nigga. I win. Yeah. They lost. I won. They lost. So them adjustments he talking about didn't work, because if Doc makes adjustments and he still lose, guess what they'll come on here and say? Oh, Doc can't make no adjustments, but they won't call up the adjustments that Doc.
Yo, that's what I said about the Lakers, and y'all tried to kill me for it.
No, man, I'm getting heated over here because I'm hearing people use all the arguments I made against Darvin Ham, but I was told, oh, nah, man, you bugging. You just hating on the coach. So, Ticket, I'm going to use
your
logic.
Tripping, Damo.
No, I just sat here and heard Ticket use 90% of my argument against Darvin Ham for Erik Spoelstra.
Darvin Ham's a rookie coach in the Western Conference Finals. He's supposed to be.
Ticket, I'm gonna tell you like you told me.
So is Joe Mazzulla.
Hold on. You made complaints about, oh man, why was Kyle Lowry on the court when he was playing bad? I'm gonna tell you the same thing you told me when I said why D'Lo on the court. It's gonna kill his confidence. You just take him out. You're not gonna believe in him. He gonna think you don't believe in him if you just pull him out while he playing, right? That's what you told me. I said,
no. Hold on, but did it help? Hold on. Let me ask you a question. When he pulled him out, did they win? Hold on. But when he pulled, hold on. When he benched him. When he pulled him out the line, hold on. When he pulled him out the lineup, did they win?
You being crazy, Ticket, man.
No, I'm asking you. Hold on. No, chill down. This is what I'm saying. Chill down. Listen what I'm saying. Chill down. Listen what I'm saying. I asked him, when Darvin Ham pulled D'Lo from the lineup, did the Lakers win the game? Y'all said they was losing because D'Lo was in the lineup. He pulled D'Lo and they still got their ass whooped. I rest my case, Judge.
Again, a win or a loss does not determine if an adjustment was made.
And that's your stance. Your stance is
but y'all say Doc don't make no adjustments.
Whoa.
What? What did we say about Doc? What was said about
Doc? Hold on. They told me Doc don't make no.
Doc doesn't make adjustments. Wait a minute. I don't know if I'm understanding.
What did you hear somebody say on this platform about?
But we were just talking about. Hold on, we were just talking about it in the series when Doc just lost.
I still stand on it. I still stand
There
on
you
it.
go. Go with Marz.
You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But Doc don't make no adjustments, right? Okay, cool.
Then well, Chilltown went through all the adjustments that Spo made. He did it eloquently. Well done, Chilltown. So you can go now and talk about the adjustments that Doc Rivers made.
Okay. First of all, he got what's the boy name playing on the wing? Tobias Harris. He got him more involved in the offense. That's first and foremost. That's an adjustment he made in the series that he wasn't using early on in the playoffs. In that series versus
Nets.
Who they just played? No, in the second round. Against the Celtics. That's an adjustment he made. He used him more. He put him more in pick and roll situations with James, or pick and pop situations with James Harden. These are facts. Also, not only that, he also made an adjustment in that series where in two of the games he allowed James Harden to play more and be more aggressively with the basketball. Hence, he opened up the court.
Did they win?
They won those two games. They won those two games.
Did they win
Yes.
the series?
They won those two games. I asked you to win the game. I asked you to win the game. Yes, they won the game, nigga. I'm serious.
They ain't win the series, though, so it don't matter.
Hold on. They won those two. Hold on. They won those two. Hold on. They won those two games. My whole thing was this. It's a difference of situations here. To me, James Harden just quit because he didn't rock with Doc Rivers. To me, he just quit. In this series right here, them guys ain't quitting. I'm watching stuff Spo is not doing as a coach. Spo is not having these guys ready from the beginning of the game. Boston, for the last 3 games, have jumped on these dudes early. Why they getting off the bat slow first quarter starts? Why they getting ran off the court in the first quarter? Why didn't Spo make no adjustment when goddamn Jason Tatum was frying Jimmy Butler ass? I'm talking about he dropped 23 on the first half. Why he didn't make no adjustment then? Why he made no adjustment when he was getting blown out?
He did make an adjustment, Ticket. They went to the zone. That's an adjustment.
He waited till it was too late.
What do you mean he waited till it was too late? He's going to start in the zone?
After the first quarter,
he's going to start in the zone.
When a man got 13 points in the first quarter.
Or then he has Jimmy Butler on him, and then he switches with Caleb Martin. That's an adjustment. That's an adjustment, Ticket. Not only did he switch with Caleb Martin onto Jason Tatum, he also involved him more in the offense and made Caleb Martin go to the basket and rebound to put more pressure on Jason Tatum. That's an adjustment.
Man, so every game, why they get ran off the court? Why they get ran off the court in the first quarter of the game?
We're talking about the first quarter.
I'm asking I'm asking you. Okay, so Chilltown in game 4, 5, and 6. Why have they even getting ran off the court in the first quarter in all those games?
I'm glad you brought that up, Ticket. You know why? You're looking at a better team. That's why. How about that, Ticket? You're looking at a better team.
So the Celtics weren't better than the 76ers in your mind?
The Celtics?
Yeah.
Were they better than the 76ers?
Don't stutter, nigga. You ain't Joe. Don't stutter.
Were the Celtics better than the 76ers? I want to make sure I heard
you. Don't stutter. You ain't Joe.
I'm not. Ticket.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ticket, stop with the Joe. I want to make sure I heard you correctly. You just said
why?
Were the Celtics? Yeah. Why were the Celtics? I don't understand.
He's asking were the Celtics better than the Sixers?
Yes, the Celtics. The Celtics.
Nigga, what you talking about with Doc Rivers then, nigga?
Wait a minute. The Celtics beat them. What are you?
No, you was criticizing Doc Rivers. You and all of them in that series, y'all was arguing with me, talking about what Doc didn't do. I'm telling you what Spo didn't do. You telling me, oh, the Celtics are just better. And I ask you, well, were they just better than the 76ers? You just said that. You bodied yourself, nigga.
No, I didn't body myself, Ticket, because all you're talking about is adjustments, which is what I just told you that Erik Spoelstra did. Just like I just told you what he did during the series. That's why they were up. And then what happened was the Celtics now made adjustments. And now you see the better team.
All right, fellas. It's around the time where I got
Ron, this is my last word. I could have swore Chilltown said before the series, hey, I put my hand in God. Y'all can go look at what Chilltown said. It's on right here on PC. Chilltown said before we made our predictions, he said, oh, I see this series being over in a cool 4-5 games. It's going to be easy right here. That's what he said, Ron. So that means he thought Boston was better.
I had them handling them. Yes, I did. I had them handling
them. Right, nigga. Sit down, nigga. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead, Ron. See how this nigga easy to beat, Ron. Easy to beat.
Ain't nobody easy to beat. Take it all
Hey,
you
Ron,
doing is
this
talking
fight is
loud.
fixed
That's
right
all
here.
you doing.
This fight is fixed.
That's all you doing.
First he said it's gonna be easy work for Boston against Philly, and then when Doc lose in 7, then it's because Doc ain't make adjustments. But then when I said to him about Miami, he said, "Oh no, the Boston Celtics was just a better team." When I asked him why East ain't make adjustments, man, sit down, nigga, take this L.
Oh, Ticket, what are you talking about? Why Espo didn't make adjustments? I just told you the adjustments that he made.
All right.
Ticket,
All right,
But I'm
fellas.
easy work. I'm sorry, Ron. Keep going.
Look, fellas.
Keep going, Ron.
First off, I want to take this time just to say that this show is brought to you by the good guys over at Underdog Fantasy. If you guys haven't downloaded the app yet, please do so. Go to the website. They have a pick'em game that we've been doing up here all throughout the playoffs. And that's where you can win, up to 20 times the money that you put in. All you have to do is choose, the players that you think are going to go higher or lower than the stats that are given to them on that night. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into this as we always do, but the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Go ahead and click that and, see what it's about. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. But I do want to ask you guys, before we get to our next topic, who needs to score tonight in order for their team to win?
Jimmy Butler.
Well,
Jimmy Butler.
That's one.
Ron, take the X's and O's off the table. We know what you running. You know what we running. Let's kill the X's and O's.
He's gonna put Bam Adebayo under, and he's gonna do all of this. I know what he's about to do. Right, Ron?
No, I'm asking you guys literally which 4 players need to score tonight in order for their team to win. 2 from the Celtics, 2 from the Heat, and then we'll go ahead and run that poll. We're not going to get into the game. We'll talk about it later, but I need to know what 4 players on each side.
My
Or
4
2
would
players
be
on each
Jimmy, Gabe Vincent, aka Damian Lillard. I would say, he's Dame until the series is over, in my opinion. But Jimmy and Gabe Vincent on the Heat side, and for the Celtics, hey man, they best 2 players got to lead the way. JT and Jalen.
Tatum and Brown. Yep.
All right, that's what we'll go. Chat. I'm gonna give you their stats for the night, and you tell me higher or lower. But we've criticized the Heat. We've drugged the Heat through the mud for blowing this 3-0 lead. But Marz, I want to ask you, who's credited the most for the Celtics winning 3 in a row? Let's talk about the winners. What have they done? What's the best thing that they've done and brought to the table in order for them to win?
They've defended with discipline. They haven't jumped on these a million up fakes that Jimmy Butler loves to do before he goes up for a layup. So them actually defending with discipline has kept Miami's rim finishing at a minimum. Bam Adebayo struggles to finish around length. So if you don't jump on an up fake, he struggles. Jimmy Butler's also similar in that regard. That's also, and then also I think Joe Mazzulla's made the adjustment to where he's not collapsing the defense on every drive. So they're not getting the easy drive and kick opportunities that they were getting in the first 3 games. So that was really limiting Miami's opportunity to get really good looks. But then I also think in the 4th quarter of game 6, Miami made an adjustment where Jimmy Butler wasn't going for as many up fakes, and that's how he got to the free throw line a whole bunch in the 4th quarter, because he was just going straight up with it, and Boston got caught with their hands just reaching in, fouls, free throws. I want to see how that goes in game 7. But I think that's the biggest adjustment. I think Boston in game 4 and 5 got a bit more comfortable with the zone. They were attacking that zone a bit more comfortably, but then like Chill detailed, Miami then adjusted that zone a little bit again, extending that zone further out, making it a bit harder to get into the offense and get into a rhythm. So I think that's something else that Boston have to adjust for. But I'd give most of the credit to Boston for their defense. I think their defense has really stepped up in the last 3 games, and that's why they've managed to come away with the wins. So I guess Joe Mazzulla, I guess.
Can I just ask Marz real quick? Because, we here now. It's game 7. Game 5, when you said it, I could have chopped it up to, oh, man, Marz just trolling, dying on the horse or whatever. How did you know that the Heat would just implode and we would get here? Because when we all sat here and was like, yo, Heat in 4, Heat in 5, he sat here, he looked at everybody, he was like, yo, look, when it comes to Monday and we're all sitting here and it's Heat in 7 and y'all sitting here looking at me like I'm some savant, I just want my credit. So I'm going to give you credit. It's crazy. Just
you know what it is?
Just so you know, Dom, we asked him this right before the show started. Like, what's going on? What we asked him this. So I'm sorry, Marz, as you were saying.
I believe Boston were a better team and they were going to win the series. So regardless, I guess it's the Dell ideology where if I believe a team's going to win a series, until they're out of the series, I'm going to pick them to win. Now at 3-0, did it look like I was going to be right? No, but I've been wrong the whole playoff, so I might as well stand on the take I made. And now it seems to be working out. I didn't really think of it from an X's and O's standpoint of this is what they need to do to win. But now I'm watching it unfold. I mean, it looks like it's a pretty good take, but I'm not gonna act like I just saw the light. I just picked them before the series. I picked them during the series, and now it looks like I'm gonna be right. So if you guys want to give me all the credit in the world, I'm not gonna say no because I'm selfish and I'll take the credit. But I'm not gonna call myself a prophet. I just got lucky. But they might still lose game 7, and then I'll say, oh well, I was close. Yeah. So it is what it is. But I'm not gonna give myself all the credit.
Those were typical degenerate gambling. That sounds like a degenerate in the casino. I'm gonna keep betting on red 21 until it hits.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like I've been wrong throughout the whole playoffs, so I was like, I might as well not switch up on the take. Like I'm just gonna stand on it when I'm wrong. I stand on it when I'm wrong, and when I'm right, I stand on it too. So I picked Boston to win. I'm gonna stand on that until they can't win anymore. And now if they do win, it makes me look like I was a genius because they were down 3-0. But if they ended up losing in game 4, I would have looked like an idiot. So it goes both ways. It just seems to be going in my favor at the moment. But see, that's humble Marz right there. There we go.
So I guess
who said it first? Who said it first, Marz or Richard Jefferson?
I heard Marz say it first, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely Marz.
I heard Marz say it first.
If I'm not mistaken, Richard Jefferson got it from Marz.
I believe he did.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Damn.
I heard Richard Jefferson finna go get those hair transplants so he can.
No, he ain't doing that. No, he not.
He trying to be like Marz, man.
Thanks for watching the show, RJ. Thanks for watching the show.
Appreciate you. All right, fellas. Well, hold on. I don't want to move on just yet, though, because Marz did predict that Boston would be in this position. But I do also want to ask everybody else in the room, what has Boston done over these last 3 games to trump the Heat?
Marz already said it. Like as much as people want to talk about just this guy ain't showing up and that guy ain't showing up, the Boston Celtics defense have gotten better. Like you said, they're not jumping, and Jimmy Butler, without them jumping, has had a very hard time of adjusting to that, and he's not been able to get off like that. I do put a lot of blame on Jimmy Butler for not being able to adjust sooner to them just not jumping, and you keep going right and just still sitting there stuck and then doing a lot of dribble handoffs. On top of that, the offense of the Boston Celtics is extremely better in the last 3 games than it was in the first 3 games. The first 3 games, it was literally like Joe Mazzulla was just out there playing 2K, just on top of the key, just doing pick and rolls and pick and pops with 5-out offense. Now there's a lot more movement. JT's being more aggressive, attacking to the basket as well, and that's helping the Boston Celtics out because then there's a lot more playmaking off of that. So I think the Boston Celtics just made a lot of good adjustments for them to be better. I'm done, so go
ahead. Anybody else want to chime in on the Celtics?
Like Dub just said. All of the points that Dub just said are exactly correct. And to compound that, they just playing harder. They're matching the intensity of the Miami Heat. And that's the difference in this series. You guys don't have what we have from a talent standpoint. You don't. So once we stand up to you guys and we match that intensity, now it becomes evident we're better than these guys. And that's what's been going on.
I think a lot of it has to do with rebounding.
Shut up. Oh my god.
Rebounds are important.
I would say Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown been playing significantly better as a collective the last 3 games. They've stepped up. I like when I first got here, I heard someone mention it. Grant Williams kind of opened the door to, hey, listen, he might be tough. We can be tough too. He opened that door and everybody followed suit instead of folding, which I love. I love the fact that they didn't back down. I love the fact that after Grant did that and didn't demoralize them out the series, they sat there and said, you know what? Don't give us one. Marcus said it. Jalen said it. Don't give us one. And ever since they got that one, they knew, all right, these dudes aren't Superman. That's not Batman over there. That's Nightwing. We can sock Nightwing. Nightwing, not a problem. We can handle that. And I dead respect the Celtics for doing that. I respect them for coming out. I respect them for still battling and fighting and not giving up. Because there's another team on the other coast. They gave up.
If Jimmy closes out, is he Batman?
If he closes out, is he Batman?
If he closes up the series out, I'm just saying if. I ain't saying. I'm saying if he closes it out tonight, is he Batman in your eyes?
I'm biased. I'm biased against Jimmy Butler. I'm not a Jimmy guy, so I'm open about my biases. No, I'm still gonna call him Nightwing if he wins. I don't care.
That's like super disrespectful. Nightwing. I'm not hit.
No, it's not super disrespectful. Anybody that knows superheroes know Nightwing is a cool dude. He cool. He's not Batman.
He ain't the Hulk. He ain't Wolverine.
He's not Batman. He's a former number 2. That's what he was. He's a former number 2.
Nightwing
trying to fight to be number 1. That's all. He's trying to prove he's the number 1, and that's what Jimmy Butler will forever be the guy trying to prove.
Joel Embiid number 1. Is Joel Embiid number 1?
No.
Joel Embiid is the number 1 on a playoff team. That's Joel Embiid.
No. So hold on. So I'm just asking you this. Okay, so let me ask you this question: is KD number 1?
KD is the number 1 on the championship.
Hold on, Chill. I'll ask you, Chill. I'll ask Damo. Hold on, Chill. I want to say because I know you Chill town. I already know you coming, Chill. I know how you coming. I'm asking Damo.
Are these right now or in general?
No. Is KD at number 1?
Right now or in general?
His whole career outside of Golden State, has KD been a number 1?
Yes. Yeah.
No. Okay. So time out. Jimmy Butler done the same goddamn thing without goddamn Steph Curry, nigga. He did it.
Yell in my ear. I ain't yelling your ear.
Butler went to the NBA Finals. He won more games than KD as a number 1. He went to 3 conference finals. He did the same thing KD did without Steph. So how he ain't a number 1?
No. I mean, on a simplistic level, if you want to just say, won finals, okay, cool. But as an individual player, Kevin Durant's first 7 years in the NBA, significantly better as a number 1 than Jimmy Butler.
Hold on. When did he get him though? Winning wise, when did he get him? One NBA Finals win. 1 game in the finals. Won.
He won an MVP.
No. I'm not. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Or Western Conference.
All of the greatness that you talking about. Joel Embiid. Hold on. Joel Embiid won an MVP. You said he ain't a number 1.
Because he didn't deserve the MVP in my opinion. So yeah, I'm still saying he's not number 1. Like, what are we talking about? What did I say? That he didn't deserve it? Yeah, I know, because Jokic should have been it. I've been saying that. I don't think that was a real MVP, just like people don't think the bubble ring was a real ring. What are we talking about?
That was a real ring. That was a real ring.
I think it's a real ring, but it's other people that put goddamn Disney dust on it and say it's not real. So KD who had to go join the Steph Curry and the Warriors who already won a chip, he's a number 1, even though he ain't done shit winning wise without Curry. But Jimmy Butler, who's done more as far as he went to the finals and won 2 games, which is 1 game more than what KD did as a leader. He ain't a number 1 though. But KD is. Okay.
He's spinning right now, Damo. He's spinning right now, technically.
Yo, stop.
I'm serious as shit.
Stop, bro. Stop. So you're just saying, so you think I'm only saying Jimmy's not number 1 because the fact that he only went to 1 finals? That's it? That's why that's what it's not the fact that in regular seasons he literally coasts. What I would say coasting. He coasts.
No, he's the number 1. He's the number 1. How he he don't have to do what KD do, which is whore himself for every great thing in the NBA trying to win rings. He don't have to do that. That's why he's the number 1.
But again, what makes you being a number 1 is not just how many times did you get to the finals? That's not all that makes you number 1. What are we doing?
Hold on, but he's been the leader of the team.
If you're gonna dumb it down to just how many times have you been the best player on the finals team? Okay, Ticket, then we can use that logic. But that's not the logic I'm using.
Hold on. But since he came to Miami, since the first year he's been in Miami, he went to the finals in the first year, and the other 2 years he's been in the conference finals. So he's been to the conference finals 3 out of 4 years. He's been to the finals once out of those 4 years so far. And if he wins tonight, he would have went to the finals and led his team twice to the NBA finals in a 4-year span. But he ain't a number 1, y'all. He ain't a number 1, y'all. But a nigga who ran from the smoke, who ran to the team that kicked that ass and walked him down. He's the number 1. The nigga who got carried by Devin Booker, he's the number 1. The nigga who ran to Brooklyn with Kyrie and failed, he's the number 1. Hold on. And Tom, they about to pick up your body right now and take you to the corner.
Right, here we go.
KD, the same nigga that got swept by the same Boston Celtics team. Jimmy going 7, nigga. He got swept with way better talent on his team, nigga. But he at number 1, nigga, the body drops, nigga. Bob,
do not point like that. Because if Boston wins tonight, this is a reverse sweep. Don't do that. Do not.
Wait,
they basically getting swept.
Be that as it may, Ticket spitting right now.
Man, this is crazy. The tricks y'all doing is crazy. Hey, chill. You and I'm pointing to something Chill said before Ticket started yelling about nothing. Chill. What you said about Joel Embiid was correct. Joel Embiid is a number one on a playoff team, but if we're talking about teams who get a championship, I don't think Joel Embiid is going to be a number one on a championship team. Just like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler has shown you plenty of times he can be the best player on the team to get to playoffs. That's not what I'm talking about. Again, if you let me preference what I'm saying, or you listen instead of just trying to respond and make these B-list dumb jokes, Jimmy Butler is not the number one on the team that's going to win you a championship. He's easily a guy that can get a team to the playoffs. He's easily a guy that can elevate his talents and elevate others to play great in the playoffs. No one's taking that from him. But to be number one on the championship team, I don't think he's that guy. You just sat there and said he went to the finals and only won 2 games. Measuring people by games they won in the finals is the dumbest crap in the world to me. But regardless, Kevin Durant has led more teams to the playoffs than Jimmy Butler. Has he not?
Jimmy Butler's leading them Bulls teams to the playoffs too, sir. Jimmy Butler have been leading them Bulls teams. Hold on, Jimmy Butler been in the playoffs his whole career. Hold on, Jimmy Butler led those Bulls teams. Then he went. Hold on. Then he went and led the Timberwolves. Then he went with the 76ers. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, Don.
Joel was the best player of that team.
Thank you. Guess what, Ticket? He's still just Nightwing. He's still just.
So Don, let me ask you this. If Jimmy can go to Miami, I want y'all to think about this, Chill Town. Chill. If Jimmy can go to Miami, y'all, lead the team, and the team go to NBA Finals, 3 conference finals, and that ain't a number one in the NBA, I don't know what is. What are we praising? Who are we saying number one? So we gonna say Dame's the number one?
Just like Jordan.
We're gonna say Dame's the number one? We're gonna say, hey, hold on. I want to get this straight. Hold on. So that means, hold on. Hey, Chill Town. That means we can't say Dame's the number one. We can't say Shay's the number one. We can't say that John Moran is the number one. We can't say none of them other dudes who's out here balling. We can't say Luka's the number one. None of these dudes, because Jimmy Butler with that team has done more than what all them dudes been doing with their teams, and we call them number ones. But this nigga was put up here and tell a lie to the world and say Jimmy ain't no number one.
Number one on a playoff team is different than a number one on a championship.
He was Derrick Rose fizzed out. Hold on, Chill Town. Was he the man in Chicago? He Rose fizzed out.
Was Jimmy Butler the man in Chicago? He was becoming that dude.
Okay, no, I'm saying when D Rose filtered out, was Jimmy Butler the man for a second in Chicago? When they playoff team.
100%.
When he went to Minnesota, when he went to Minnesota, did they not instantly go to the playoffs when he went to Minnesota?
They made the playoffs.
Was he the man? Because they didn't make it without him. Okay, now Chill Town. When he went after Minnesota, what did he do after Minnesota, Chill Town?
He went to
Philly, right?
I'm sorry, he went to Philly. I left Philly.
Right. And did they go to the playoffs?
They lost in the conference championship.
Yeah, right. And look,
they were already in playoff contention without him, though. He got traded. He got traded to them late in the season. They were
right. Hold on, and check this out. He keeps talking about playoff teams. Everywhere Jimmy go, Jimmy in the playoffs.
Yes,
so what are you talking about?
No one disagreed that he wasn't a number one on a playoff team or not a playoff player. No one disagreed there, Ticket.
He was the man in Chicago. He was the man in Minnesota. He was the man in Philly when he went.
Leaving Chicago. He did not just go there. D-Rose went down, and he popped up how Paul George did when Danny Granger went down and became the man. That's not.
No. He became the man because his hard work took over.
He was the man in Minnesota. Fine. He gets all credit for taking that team to the playoffs because he's a playoff guy. He's number one.
Hey. So y'all agree with him, Chill Town? Hold on. I'm gonna leave it like this. Do all y'all agree that Jimmy Butler's not a number one? Do all of y'all agree with that?
Ticket, I'm gonna leave it like that. Wait a minute, Ticket. You know how I view number ones. You know how I view number one. So you don't have to ask me that question because you already know how I view number ones. You're a number one on a playoff team until your team gets dropped. You're a number one on a championship contender until your team gets dropped. And then you're a number one on a championship team. That's the team that wins the NBA championship. Those 3 things are not the same. And as of right now, Jimmy Butler is a number one on a championship contender. That's who he is.
Jimmy Butler missed the playoffs in 2016. KD hasn't missed the playoffs in a healthy season. Cooked.
Does anybody else want to chime in on this Jimmy KD agenda?
Bob, is Jimmy a number one?
Is Jimmy a number one? He's the number one option, yes.
Dale, is Jimmy a number one?
Easily.
So KD's a number one too then. So that's what I'm saying. If he gonna say KD a number one, then Jimmy got to be a number one too. That's the point.
Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler. I don't know why we talking about him.
KD's definitely a number
Kevin
one. I
Durant,
don't know if we're talking who's better between the two. But all I'm saying is I
ain't saying, Bob. I'm saying if he gonna say KD's the number one, and we watching Jimmy do all this, and we gonna say Jimmy ain't a number one, we ain't talking basketball, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. I'm saying that if you say KD is the number one on teams when he didn't win this shit, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, Jimmy's definitely a number one. Is Jimmy better than Kevin Durant? No. KD's better than KD's better than Jimmy Butler.
All right, fellas, let's go ahead and move on. We got a bunch of super chats that I want to get into, so it's no better time to do that than right now. We're going to start from the top. Vortex Nicholas 4 said, who is better, Andre Drummond or DeAndre Jordan? I did not think we were going to talk about this today, but let's
at the prime, give me DJ.
I agree.
At their peak, I want DJ for sure.
Is anybody taking Andre?
I'll take Drummond.
Ugh.
He was limited. He was held back.
He was limited, and he was a glass cleaner, but he wasn't a defender that DJ was.
Nah, he wasn't.
He was not the defender that DJ was. So in certain systems, like I'm not taking DJ as a scorer on any level. Like Drummond could actually score the basketball on some level. He wasn't great, but he could actually score the basketball. Now, when you talk about Jordan, I mean Jordan scored the basketball, but I mean he was limited even more than Drummond was. So,
he had as many moves as Kendrick Perkins.
If I'm taking one of the two, it depends on the situation. Now, if you're asking about a better player, Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan's a better player.
Andre Drummond isn't good.
He's not good.
Andre was all right once. I think he was good. He was decent.
Drummond clears DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan made All NBA first team that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jokic or Giannis, one of them two was second team this year. So
Jokic.
Then exactly.
No, 2016 DeAndre Jordan's better than Jokic, clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
I like Drummond though. I always did like Drummond, but I just like DeAndre a little more.
Wasn't Drummond the number one in 2016 when they went to the playoffs? No, was he not?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Who was on that team? Who was on that Pistons team?
We're not talking about Drummond and DJ.
KCP. I know KCP was on that team.
Please,
yeah.
No,
that was before.
That's where we at, Dale. We talking about Andre Drummond and DeAndre Jordan. That's what we doing.
Let's talk about.
They're respectable basketball players.
Yeah,
Chris Paul was on that team.
Detroit.
Detroit.
You talking about DeAndre Jordan?
No, I'm talking about
Andre Drummond making.
In 2015, 2016, he made the playoffs. Who was the number one on that team? Was it not him?
I mean, that team had like Reggie Jackson on it.
Are we trolling right now?
KCP.
That's a real thing. They made the playoffs.
They had Tobias Harris. They had.
They did have Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
Did we get to the troll phase of the show?
No, that's not trolling. That's actually a fair point. That's actually a fair point.
I'm cool with that because y'all please give me a warning so I can take my headphones off.
I thought his first playoff run was when Blake got there. So I was like, okay, Blake was number one. But I'm like, nah, Blake wasn't there in 2016. Who was on that team? So now I'm thinking about it. Was he the number one?
They had like
17 I think Tobias.
They had like Reggie Jackson. I forgot about Tobias Harris.
They had a good crew.
They got mocked.
17 points in the NBA.
In the playoffs, he averaged what? His first playoffs, it was what? 17, 9, shooting 51% from the field. He took a three.
Playoffs?
He ain't hit it.
He's talking about Andre Drummond.
Andre Drummond.
No,
his first playoffs.
I don't think DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan was getting cooked by Dwight Howard at an older age.
Dwight's
cold. You talking about 2015?
Dwight should be a first ballot.
That's not an older age. That's like he's like 28 in 2015.
I don't care, bro.
That's not an older age.
He was about to be out the league in like 2 years, man.
He played in the NBA until 2020, Dub.
What? That's bad, man.
He played 5. Not only did he play 5 more years, the next year I think
he was in Philly last year.
Drink some water,
man. That's not Dwight. That's not the Dwight I remember.
Hey, Houston Dwight wasn't all that bad though.
I'll you that.
Yeah, it's not peak Dwight.
He gets a bad rap.
You said he was old.
Didn't he make the All-Pro team that year too? In 2015, I think Dwight Howard made the All-Pro team that year.
Yo, Dwight Howard is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Dub. Why are we disrespecting
Dub trolling? Hey, that's what we doing. Dub is trolling right now. That's what
I forgot. I told y'all before y'all.
Yeah, he
wild.
Real talk though, Andre Drummond is better than
DeAndre Jordan. Yeah, he is. I'm wild with that. I am. I'm wild.
I'm still.
I still got DJ.
Give him Give him Chris Paul and everything. DeAndre Drummond will make a lot of money.
I'm only going off.
Yeah,
better.
George's a better athlete than Drummond. Drummond clean glass. Drummond run the floor. Drummond can score. He might be a 20-10 guy, but he can score and he's effective. So if we talking about better basketball players, like you guys like to do, Drummond better than George.
And he plays defense too. He is a good defense. Well, in his time.
No,
he ain't
we can move on. We can move on. No, we can move on. No.
He's not good. He was bad.
No, he's not good. He's not good. We can move on there. I'm not discussing Andre Drummond's defense.
Ahmed Al-Hari said, I'm here for Dub. I'm Muslim, but if I was a Heat fan after D White made that shot, I'm tempting drinking that night. LOL. Suffering Kings fan here.
Why
okay, brother.
Drinking? I mean, as a Muslims don't drink. Is that what's going on?
They don't drink alcohol.
No, and if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I'm not a religious dude like that, but you know, the dude that not only did he set up the party for the last supper. I mean, what was at the table? There was plenty of wine there, didn't he? Didn't he serve wine at that party? You know, I'm a firm believer in the logic that, you know.
But isn't that Christian?
That's Christianity?
It's Christianity.
Right? Oh, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not a religious dude. I don't know.
Muslims don't drink alcohol. They don't eat pork.
Oh, okay.
They don't get tattoos.
I'm in the dark. I don't do the religious thing. I'm sorry. I'm in the dark about that.
We talk basketball.
I done seen a couple Muslims getting lit.
Mm-hmm. All right, we moving along. King Shotter 442 said, Does a Nuggets championship catapult Jokic into the top 5 centers conversation?
No.
Also, who would be a viable candidate to replace Coach Pop?
No, it doesn't.
First one.
No, he's not in the top 5 centers conversation.
Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Hakeem Olajuwon,
Shaq,
Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
He can't. Can't. The hell we doing?
I don't even know if is that the hardest 5 to crack?
Yes,
probably. It's probably the hardest 5.
That's damn near uncrackable.
Well, if you don't rank Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, would he then crack the top 5?
It's easy to crack then, but
because then you got Moses Malone and those guys.
You gotta have David Robinson.
And then now we can have we may be able to have a conversation. But them 5 dudes, what they did, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he ain't going into my top 5.
No. Mm-mm. And to answer your question about Coach Pop, who's replacing Coach Pop? Well, first of all, Wemby put about 4 or 5 more years on Coach Pop coaching life. So Coach Pop ain't going nowhere. So let's get to the bottom of that right now.
5 on his coaching life and 10 on his real life.
Yes, he did. He put more. He just added more years to his life. So Coach Pop ain't going nowhere. So let's kill the logic of who's replacing Coach Pop, because Coach Pop isn't going anywhere.
I like Steve Kerr though. If we're answering the question,
to San Antonio,
yeah, to replace Pop. I like someone like Steve Kerr.
The Mike Brown merchant.
You taking Kerr out of off the Warriors now?
No, they're just asking who would replace him, just like a coach.
Well, if you think about it, Don, how much longer do you think Steve Kerr gonna be? How much longer do you think this group gonna be together?
Until Steph can't move anymore.
Yeah, until Steph's gonna retire. Well, he should retire a Warrior. Right. They're big. If anything, Steph and Clay should retire Warriors. I know for a fact Draymond has been petitioning to go wherever LeBron goes. So I'm not worried about Draymond retiring there. But Kerr at this point has earned the right to be there as long as his heart desires to be a Warrior, a Warriors head coach. Unless he just drastically, like this team implodes. They can't rebuild. They can't find new talent. It's constant 20 win, 30 win something seasons. Yeah. All right, now you leave. But for the most part, he's earned the right to stay there as long as he needs, rebuild if they see fit, see the process again, build his own culture. Well, not build his own culture, but, build guys from the ground up himself instead of coming in after Mark Jackson already put the battery in these guys' backs and then making small adjustments for them to be great. He's earned the right to be great on his own.
Dom, just so you know,
I think we have to separate Kerr from the Mark Jackson take already, though. To be honest, because
I'm still not over that, yo. I'm
not over it. But you got to understand, like a year when Steph was alone is a bubble year. To come back after that year, after 2 injuries with Klay Thompson and all that, and to win the chip last year, you got to really leave it like, all right, now Kerr is really performing. Other than you just got to separate him from that to instill confidence in Jordan Poole in the regular season, because he's been terrible in the playoffs, but you still to win a champ, to get Andrew Wiggins, to have to coach KD and do all that stuff. Like Kerr for sure has gotten out of the shadow of Mark Jackson got me here already. I think we have to really start looking at Steve Kerr for just being Steve Kerr.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't think anybody's saying that he's in Mark Jackson's shadow still, but as long as Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green are the core of the teams that are winning these games, Mark Jackson's name, that his shadow's still going to be there. Like
Mark
you
Jackson
have,
wasn't using Draymond though.
He wasn't using Draymond, and that was the one thing that that Kerr came and adjusted and was like, all right, we're going to do this instead of that, and it really took him off. So he showed already he's a great coach, which is why I would never say he's not a great coach, and he did his work with his team. But Mark Jackson is the one that unlocked.
David Lee got hurt.
Thank you. Like, didn't David Lee get hurt, and that's why Draymond got in the lineup?
I thought
it wasn't because he got benched.
Oh, then no,
David Lee got hurt.
Draymond I thought it was just an adjustment. He was just like, we're gonna try something different. But okay,
and then Iggy himself said, "I volunteered to come off the bench." He didn't get put on the bench.
Oh, so even if that's the case, now we taking away from what the whole narrative of what Steve Kerr was now with that being out there. But still, he still deserves the chance to be able to be like, okay, I've drafted my best player. I worked with my best player since he was a rookie and put that battery in him and got him here to test if I'm a great coach. He should at least be able to show that. It shouldn't be Steph Curry. All right, now Steve, you out of here. That'd be
Ron, I feel everything Dominic talking about, but I ain't want to slip by this without asking y'all about this, man. Hey, and Chilltown, I specifically want to ask you, what the hell is going on with Scottie Pippen, man?
Oh my God.
Scoring.
What the hell is going on with Scottie Pippen, man?
First of all, he looked wild, don't he?
Bro, this man said Michael Jordan was a whore. Bro, we ain't Ron. I'm surprised we ain't touched that, Ron.
He played in the league, so he must know what he's talking about. That's
No. You can't know because he just said, hold on. He just said, he said last year, and again, Michael Jordan hadn't played since 2002, right, Chilltown?
2003.
So nothing could have changed. He just said last year that the Bulls would have been nothing without Mike. They wouldn't have won without Mike. So now all of a sudden you saying he was a horrible player and that bro.
Did y'all just listen to the clips or did y'all listen to what he said?
No, we listened to the whole thing. He said he was a horrible player before the team came together and they started winning chips.
Bob, I didn't see the whole. I didn't see the whole clip. I haven't heard the whole thing. I just heard that.
He ain't lying.
He didn't tell one lie.
It was so bad. It was bad. Hold on. He did lie because He did lie because Michael Jordan went to a bad team in Chicago and instantly made them a playoff team every single year. And even the year he broke his leg,
30-win playoff team. Let's just remember.
Hold on. No. I'm saying hold on. No. You know, as a rookie, come on. As a rookie, context. Marz. This is why you should never talk basketball with dudes who play ball because you won't understand it.
Hey, so why you understand Pippen? Don't just say Pippen. He's a Hall of Famer. Don't just say Pippen. He's a Hall of Famer. Scottie Pippen's a Hall of Famer.
How hard is it for a young dude that's coming in the league? A young dude, now check this out, Ron. A young dude that's coming right out of college early, that's coming in the league to take your team and make them a perennial playoff team every single year from the year you step in the door. And the year you lost to the Celtics, where you broke your foot and missed most of the season, and you played the Celtics, they only lost one home game that entire season. The only other, they were about to lose it. The only other person that was ready to beat them was Michael Jordan. So I don't want to hear.
So Michael Jordan was a great scorer and took him to the playoffs. Scottie Pippen.
No. He was a great defender. Come on, he wasn't just a great defender. He wasn't a great scorer. He was a great defender.
Yeah. That's who. Ticket. Hold on, real quick though.
Both sides of the ball.
Okay, yeah, no doubt. So
I want to hear this.
So was Scottie. But what I'm saying is, when Scottie and those other guys came around, that took them from just being an incredible scorer, a great defender, but he was a good scorer and all that. But when those guys came around, that took him from being a playoff guy getting his ass kicked to a champion. Why is that? That's true.
But none of that constitutes
saying. That's not
right. None of that constitutes him saying. But what you saying, Bob, I understand that. But none of that constitutes him saying that Michael Jordan was a horrible player before he showed up.
Well, yeah,
no, he was not
a
horrible player before he showed up.
Nah, horrible is horrible.
He means that in the sense of like the dude was just out here just filling up the stat sheet.
But you got to understand that that's not a horrible player, though. That's not a horrible player because Carmelo Anthony wasn't a horrible player. And Carmelo Anthony was filling up the stat sheet.
Some people would disagree with that.
And they would be wrong. And they would be wrong.
Some people would disagree with that.
And you would be wrong. And you would be wrong to say Carmelo Anthony because he was buckets was a horrible player because he was not. a horrible player. That's not
Michael
true.
Jordan years is better than Pippen's best year stat-wise.
I mean, yeah, we talking about stats. I'm talking about winning
That's
basketball
cool.
games.
That's cute.
It ain't
Like,
cool.
Is
you
De'Aaron,
tell me.
is De'Aaron Fox a horrible player?
Pippen got to chill.
Until this year, he was because he was.
We
Hey,
can't
Pippen-
argue it. Scottie
Pippen was-
Pippen's a
Pippen-
Hall of Fame NBA player. He's more qualified than all of us. I've been told. If an NBA player says something, they know more about the game than we do.
Well, no. I'm saying, but what I'm saying to you is this, Marz. What I'm saying to you is
He wasn't lying.
what I'm saying to you is this: for a guy like Scottie to say Mike was horrible when he was on the team and Mike was dragging him to the playoffs because he wasn't good enough to help the team like he was supposed to his first few years in the league. That's not Mike's fault. Hold on. Let me say this again. Hold on. And y'all say, hold on. And y'all always say Mike ain't this without Scottie. Hold on, Bob. The year Scottie was hurt, Mike and Dennis Rodman, they were one of the best teams in the world before Scottie came around. When Scottie was hurt. Hold on, Bob, hold on one second. So the 1 year, Bob.
Hold on. Hey, y'all both screaming over each other. Hey, we can't hear nobody.
Bob, hold on one second, Bob. So watch this, Bob. So Mike, they win 3 chips. Scottie's an all-star 2 out of those 3 times, right? So he missed the all-star team 1 time out of those 3 first trips, right? So when Mike retires, this is when Kukoc came in, and what were they saying about Kukoc? They saying he was the next Michael Jordan. That's who they was comparing him to when he came in.
Not Jordan. No, they wasn't.
Hold on. I'm telling y'all the truth. Hold on.
Keep going.
I'm speaking facts. Mike Hill speaking facts. So they said, hold on, Bob. So they said he was the next Michael Jordan. So what happens? Tony Kukoc is in that team along with all of the other role players. So that team didn't change from when Mike was winning championships. They mainly had most of the same guys on that team. The only person I think that changed was
Stop right there, Ticket. That's not true because when they went to the NBA championship in the 95-96 season, the only 2 dudes that was on that championship team was Mike and Scottie. That's it.
No. You get me wrong. I'm talking about from when they won the first 3 to when Scottie took over in 94. That was mainly the same team with Kukoc and the rest of the guys, except I think Horace Grant went to Orlando, if I'm not mistaken.
Steve Kerr wasn't on.
Right. But hold on. But for the majority part, the rest of those guys were the same. And so look, and that time you were going to Kukoc in the clutch, not Scottie, and that was that 1 year. And they got to the second round and lost. The very next year, hold on, Bob. The very next year, Scottie Pippen with that same team that they went to the second round and lost was getting the hell beat out of them and went on national TV and begged Michael Jordan to come back and save them. This is true. And you know I'm not lying because he pointed to the shoes and he begged Mike to come back.
He's talking about him pointing to the shoes, even though they still were a playoff team.
That's not
they still were a playoff team. Let's make sure we clear on that. They still were a playoff team. But keep going, Ticket. Keep going.
No, I'm saying they were. Hold on. So I'm saying they were not nowhere as good as they were the year before. So the second year was it. Right. So that's why he asked Mike to come. Hold on. He asked Mike to come back. Right. So again,
everybody would have asked Mike to come back. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No. But hold on. But Bob, listen what I'm saying to you though, Bob. My whole point was this. We all say Mike didn't do nothing without Scottie as far as winning. I agree with you because, and here's the thing, we only got to see Mike when he was old or young as a rookie in the first few years and old as in the last 2 years in the Wizards without Scottie. We never got to see Mike in his prime without Scottie. We did get to see Scottie a year and a half in his prime without Mike. Hold on one second, Bob. So my whole point to you was this. So then you look at a guy like Scottie Pippen, and Don, you can put your head down. This is a history lesson. You look at a guy like Scottie Pippen, right? He leaves the Bulls. He leaves the Bulls, and he gets a big check to go to the Houston Rockets, where he's supposed to be the man because he's a six-time world. Hold on, he's a six-time world. Hold on, Bob. He's a six-time world champion. Hold on, Bob. Hold on. Bob, let me finish, Bob. He's a six-time world champion. He's going to the Houston Rockets, and he's supposed to be that third dude. He's supposed to be the guy that leads them, that leads an older Charles Barkley and Hakeem to get back to the promised land. Well, he did. He flopped. And then he got traded after that first year. Hold on. Stop lying. I'm not lying. I'm not lying, Phil.
Tell the whole story.
Hold up. Dale wants to ask a question.
But he had context to everybody but Jordan. Why is that?
Who you think Scottie Pippen, like people always say this, is baffles me, like Jordan didn't win with Pippen, whatever. Pippen would never be as relevant if he was never next to Michael Jordan.
Facts. He wouldn't be as relevant. He wouldn't have six rings. That's a fact.
What would he have though?
We don't know. We don't know what he would have. We don't know.
What would Jordan have? What would Jordan have, Dale? Answer that.
Without Pippen?
Nike.
Yeah, answer that.
Nike. He would have Nike.
All right, so y'all cut that shit out.
No.
Yeah, Pippen wouldn't have 6, but no with Jordan. And I want y'all to stop lying to the people on national YouTube.
What are they lying on? What are they lying on?
Yeah, y'all lying, bro. Y'all always making up some shit for Jordan. Like, without that, he'll be this. Oh my God, he was doing that. He was doing this. Man, if you get
every piece to become Michael Jordan, just like every great needed every piece. Why are we taking away his piece to make him great when we don't do that for everyone else?
Because no one else's pieces coming out. No one else's pieces coming out crucifying them. Right. No one else's second best player.
Russell Westbrook is not running around here saying wild stuff about KD.
Y'all don't take away Kareem's Hall of Famers. Y'all don't take away the Hall of Famers Magic play with. But everybody always wants to say if Pippen wasn't, why? Why are we taking away a part of his? That's no,
because Magic don't come out.
I didn't do that. Y'all did that. Y'all up here capping for Jordan like he.
We're capping for Jordan because you're like, yeah, Pippen. If he wasn't there, Michael Jordan wouldn't be Michael Jordan. Why would you?
Because what was Ticket's argument there? Was you listening to Ticket?
If my lawn is perfectly right now,
so you telling me when Ticket starts talking, you just zone out? You just
no,
be
it's
like,
not
was you listening?
I don't blame him.
It's a rebuttal to what you're saying.
Here's the thing we missing. We missing the fact that when Jordan showed up in the league, he was a premier player before he got Scottie Pippen. It wasn't like
Michael Jordan is 100% better than Scottie Pippen.
Right. He was a premier player. He wasn't he was not an MVP before he got Scottie Pippen. He won the league MVP. The year he won it. That was the year he got
That was a rookie year.
Yeah, that was the year he won.
All I'm saying is this though.
Pippen averaged 7 to 9 points, maybe his rookie year, and that helped him become MVP.
That does matter.
He did more than that. He guarded all the hard matchups. He rebounded.
No, he didn't. Pippen was a bench player. What are you talking about? Pippen was coming out the bench.
Then Jordan win.
I'm talking about when they start winning their championships. All right, I'm not talking about 87, 88. I didn't know that's what y'all was talking about. I'm sorry. What I'm saying is this. Y'all know that Neo in Fabulous song? That's what Jordan be singing to Pippen. He made him better.
Make me better is crazy.
You
But
know
Bobby,
made him better.
Who replaced him, Bobby? Bobby, who replaced him?
You're giving
There's nothing wrong with saying that.
No. Because everybody wants to say if Pippen's not there, who was Jordan? Who replaces him? Someone has to come in. And then if you're going to do that stupid logic, well, then what if the Bulls draft Karl Malone instead of Keith Lee?
All right, but Floyd, that's not what I'm saying. I didn't start that. Ticket started that. And when he started it, I ran with it. Because I 100% do believe that they both needed each other. And I don't think there's anything wrong with Scottie Pippen acknowledging. There's nothing wrong with Scottie Pippen acknowledging the fact that Jordan wouldn't have been.
Hold on, Bob. I got one question for you. Bob, I got one question for Bob. I got one question for you. Bob, is Scottie Pippen the only player Michael Jordan should have won a chip with? Is Scottie Pippen the only player that Jordan could have won a chip with? That's all I want to know. Because you cut me off too.
Stop. Ask me when I'm done, Ticket. Ask me when I'm done.
What you think, Philtown?
All I'm saying is this: there's nothing wrong with Scottie Pippen.
What you think, Philtown?
The fact that he wasn't going to do it without him.
Philtown, what you think?
You talking about what
Jordan
did without Scottie? Why not? Why was you said that Jordan was on one of the best teams without Scottie? Scottie, they were one of the best teams without Jordan too.
I said,
talk. What are you talking about?
Hold on, Bob. You're not hearing what I'm saying. I did not say that.
My comprehension skills are up to par, Ticket. I heard everything.
No. Actually, you over here. Hey, Bob.
No, because you
over here stepping for a dude that said he was the number 2.
I don't give a damn what he said.
So you don't care what Scottie said.
That's your problem, Ticket.
No. You don't care that Scottie said that he was that Charles Oakley and Michael Jordan made him.
Believe your eyes and stop listening.
I believe my eyes.
Believe your eyes, bro.
I believe my eyes.
Believe your eyes.
Have faith in your
Jordan.
Have faith in your eyes.
You didn't see Jordan with anybody else. You saw him in his rookie year on a crap team.
So
you saw him in. Hold on, let me finish.
First 3 years.
You saw him in his rookie year with a crap team. You saw him in year 2 that he only played 18 games, and you saw him in year 3. Hold on, you saw him in year 3 on a crap team, and with 3 different coaches each one of those 3 years. So to say that he's nothing without someone, when you only saw a guy play on bad teams for 3 years with 3 different coaches, is you're pushing a narrative, dude.
I'm not pushing shit.
You never saw it.
I'm just talking about what I saw. Y'all want to talk about hypotheticals. Every time y'all love somebody, y'all talk about hypotheticals. Talk about what happened.
It was a 3-peat team that returned to everybody healthy and added Kerr, Coach, and Longley. It was a championship team. You never seen anybody else leave a championship team where everybody else came back healthy and better.
Okay, well that's Jordan's fault. That's Jordan's fault that he's a quitter. That's Jordan's fault that he's a quitter.
Sure. It's his fault he's a quitter. No problem. Yeah, he's a quitter. No problem. That's not Scottie. Scottie Pippen didn't make him leave. That man quit on his team 2 times, and y'all always want to praise him. Y'all hold everybody else accountable, but not your God, not your God, Michael Jordan. Y'all can't hold Jordan accountable.
Remember how this all started?
Except for Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan don't quit.
Wait, Doug, before you rewind,
y'all call this man Black Jesus and all types of weird shit.
Y'all not even trying to listen to Scottie, bro.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Don. What you got, Don? Hold on. Don, what you got, Don?
Can we just all like zoom out, take a step back, and realize we're getting this hype, doing this much yelling and bantering over the fact that Scottie Pippen is just a hurt former basketball player.
That's all he is.
Michael
That's
Jordan.
all he is.
He's a Hall of Fame basketball player.
Hold on.
He's a hurt Hall of Famer.
Hold on. There's no way y'all about to sit here and act like ever since the Last Dance documentary came out, he has not upped everything he's been saying about Michael Jordan counter. Beforehand, he would say,
disrespect.
Beforehand, before that documentary came out, he would sit there. I mean, I played with Michael Jordan. I've seen LeBron. I do think LeBron is a bit better because XYZ. He would leave it there. Since that documentary came out and people started getting on him about being an idiot with his contract and he didn't look so good in the light, he's came out. Yo, Michael Jordan would go and punch babies before every game. He just starts going wild now. Like he's obviously scored, but we're gonna
or maybe he's finally telling the truth.
Or maybe he's a Hall of Fame basketball player who knows more than all of us.
Yeah. Hey, Marz, enough already, Marz.
That's probably what it is.
No. I've been told ever since I came on this show that I don't know because I never played basketball at a high level. Scottie Pippen played basketball higher than all of us. He knows more than every single one of us combined. He's a top 75 basketball player of all time. Who are we to tell him that he don't know what he's talking about?
One of the top.
I don't play basketball, so I can't talk to people who play basketball. It's the exact same argument. I'm sorry, he knows what he's talking about. I'm going with Scottie Pippen. I'm going with him.
I do want to rewind this though.
He's a top 75 player of all time.
I do want to rewind this.
Top 30 defender.
Exactly. He knows the game.
Hey, I want to hear what Low got to say about this.
Low got it. Let me just ask this for Bobby because Bobby, you got to understand where this came from. This came from Scottie Pippen's words and his word choices saying how MJ was borderline trash without him.
That's
right?
not what he said.
He said horrible. He said borderline.
He said horrible. He said horrible without him.
Right? He was a great scorer, but I mean, he was a horrible teammate.
Cool.
And a horrible teammate too, not just a horrible player.
Horrible player.
He said that.
The thing is, Bobby, the reason why you're getting such pushback is because you're trying to defend that where, like somebody said earlier, I think it was Fluent or somebody, 12 years ago, it was Damo. He was defending Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan, you talk about people not giving Scottie credit. Michael Jordan gave Scottie all the credit all the time whenever it was present because he knew he wouldn't be who he is without Scottie. MJ did that. So how you going to be mad at MJ? How you going to be okay with Scottie Pippen dissing MJ like this when Michael Jordan, for a large portion of his life, always gave Scottie the credit and always gave him the praise?
If Jordan will give Scottie the credit, how come Ticket won't? You're talking
then
about
you're arguing with something.
I'm fine with the pushback. Like, I'm fine with the pushback. That's no problem. I'll go at all y'all. The sound of gunshots sparks me up. We can do this all day. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Scottie Pippen's supposed to just bow down to Michael Jordan.
Which is fine, but Bobby, that's fine.
But he did.
But can't you see? But Bobby, that's fine with you. That's fine with you and your beef with taking his stance on the whole subject.
It's not no beef.
But for you, I'm on the subject. Beef on the subject, right? My whole thing is how you gonna defend a man who's calling out and calling somebody a horrible player when that man was defending you for 2 decades now on you should give him more credit and you should give him more praise because without him, I wouldn't be me. How are you going to be okay with somebody dissing his teammate like that, Bobby? You're a real guy. You're a genuine dude that loves people who stay together and is a brotherhood out here. And he's not doing that with MJ because he's mad about the documentary and because he's mad about his girl.
He's mad about Jordan's son hitting his wife. Come on. Yes,
this is a documentary.
Wait, Jimmy Butler got his son? Jimmy Butler got his wife?
No. In real life, Michael Jordan's son is.
I literally was just on Twitter and it.
Ron, you didn't know that?
They're currently doing it.
Yeah,
Ron, you didn't know that?
He knew that. What I'm saying is,
I thought y'all was talking about Jimmy. My bad.
No. His real life son. Like all the jokes aside, his real life son.
Jimmy got Shakira. That's why the Heat are losing right now. Jimmy busy with Shakira.
No, Jimmy just don't know how to close. That's the problem.
He's just not a guy. He's just not one of the
Dale. How you doing, Dale? How you doing?
Lo, what's up? I hate when you come in and I don't see the backdrop, but you have a great emoji though, so it's cool.
Oh, thank you. I just wanted to see your thoughts on any of these. And I don't. This is a troll conversation. Scottie Pippen is scoring. Why? How you feel about? Has any thoughts changed on any of these players in the playoffs?
No, not necessarily. Like, who's the players that we talking about? I think last time, Jokic. No,
Jamal Murray.
You asked me about Jokic already.
No. I'm just saying other names. Jamal Murray.
Before you answer this question, this guy sighed whatever you say. Everyone listens to Mario Chalmers when he said no one fears LeBron. Like Mike, it was the gospel. But when Scottie says something about MJ, he's bitter. It was a lie then. What are you talking about? That was a lie too.
I heard people say Kwame Brown was spitting when he spoke about LeBron 2 days ago.
Lie too. What
says we take Kwame Brown's word, but I'm take Scottie That's a good one.
No, I ain't gonna lie. That's a good one.
Said less than a week ago that LeBron James couldn't do anything in the clutch. And we listened to Kwame Brown, and we said, he's not a bust. He knows what he's talking about.
Bro, everybody
can't talk about him.
No, bro.
Kwame Brown. If we being honest, not Kwame. If we being honest with ourselves, they then went over the next 2 or 3 days. It was an actual talking point on like major networks. If LeBron was a fear, like that was an actual talking point. Not saying they were right.
I'm sorry, Dale. Keep going.
Yeah. Asshole.
I'm not Dale. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's Dale. So is anything changed? Because I mean, not you don't have to be Jokic, but like anything.
And Dale, just so you know, before you answer this question, Dale, what he's doing is he's hitting you with the left jab on your chin. He's setting you up.
We having real ball talk. We having real ball talk.
Still, I can't be set up because
that hook is coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming for y'all. You know why? Because y'all change game by game. I stay the same regardless. Jimmy Butler is who Jimmy Butler is to me. If he lose a 3-0 lead, he will still be a great player to me. Y'all would say, oh, he's this choker. He's this. No, not to me. Who else is out there?
No, who Jamal Murray has been in the playoffs, not just 1 or 2 games. The entire postseason is drastically different from who he was in the regular season.
And that's what's up. I'm happy for Jamal Murray. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's great. He's having a great postseason.
Did you look at him differently though, Dell?
This is what I'm asking. Compared to who?
To himself, his early version of himself.
Well, for the playoffs, Jamal Murray's playing better in the playoffs than he's playing in the regular season. But if I'm to pick players that didn't even make the playoffs, like let's say a Dame or Shea Gilgeous, I'm
not saying he's over anybody new.
Right,
I'm just saying your
so
assessment
of
better
him. Now, like I could look at him and he's playing better in the playoffs, but as a whole, if I'm taking a player who I think is better, I'm taking those players. They're still better than him, no matter what he's doing.
No, I'm not. Wait, let me be clear. I'm not saying he jumped to like top 10 stats. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
No, of course it's better to look at him and be like, oh yeah, you're playing better. And the biggest thing is you get to see them more longer and longer, and they keep performing. But because what is it? Out of sight, out of mind. Some plays you just don't even see. So whatever, we only could talk about the plays we're seeing now. But when everybody is in there, I still have a.
Would you have higher expectations for him going into next season than you did going into this
season? Personally, no.
Yes, you.
Hell no.
No? Okay.
Talk about Jamal Murray. No.
All
right. So when is the last time you've ever watched somebody and you're like, oh wow, he's better than what I thought, and you made your adjustment on him? What is that?
Hold on a second. My phone is ringing.
We'll get crazy vibration.
Yeah, it's someone probably about the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to know because Dell is an interesting individual, man. A very interesting individual. But he talks real hoops, though. Love to talk real hoops with Dell, man. You know, real ball knower, you know. Us in this real hoop world, man.
Dang, bro. How much you gonna flip with him, bro? You good?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Wow. Talking. He got the deep voice on him. He's like,
Are you upset that you're not a ball knower, Dub?
I guess so, man.
All right, so
okay.
Truth be told, the last person, and it's not even like superstar or all-star level players. It's like Caleb Martin and it's Austin Reeves. Players like that is like
okay, cool. All right, that's good. Okay,
yeah, like sense. Austin Reeves. I'm like, I didn't know he had that much ball control as he did. Like,
you know, the bag was that deep. I feel it.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like Austin Reeves, no, I did not. And Caleb Martin. Let me see who else. But players that I know that could play basketball, like if Jamal Murray had 40, I'm like, damn, he had 40. That doesn't move me.
And you talking solely that Marz? I'm sorry, not Marz. Low, you talking solely about the playoffs?
I'm just talking about, is there anything that like if he has somebody done something different? And to be fair, like I think to be fair to what he's saying, Austin Reeves is doing something that I don't think that many people thought that he would be able to do. Like even the way he's playing his ball, like he said, his ball handling, his control, and yada yada yada. But like the thing that Ardell is saying, like, oh well, Jamal Murray had 40, that's crazy. But like Jamal Murray is basically averaging 30 in the postseason, and I don't think before the playoffs began, if I asked you how much Jamal Murray would be averaging, you'll probably
say that, right?
I don't think you would say that. I don't think you would say you average nearly 30.
And I'll be honest, conversations like where I'll be watching and it'd be like, now you're comparing Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum and stuff like that.
No, I don't. I'm not even trying to compare. I'm just talking about this.
I'm talking about generally.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What the playoff do is those stuff I hate. It's like, yeah, Jimmy's playing better. His team was up 3-0, but Jason Tatum was still the better player. This is how I view things. Like Jason Tatum is still the better player, no matter what. But some people would change game by game. Now with Jason Tatum come back. Oh, Jason Tatum. No, it can't be that simple to switch. For me, it can't. It cannot be that simple.
That's fair.
But we weren't saying. I don't think we were saying Jimmy Butler was better. We just said I think Tatum's the better player, but Jimmy's playing better right now. Now that has changed.
You have to watch that over. It's been all over the place.
Yeah, that's revisionist history. Everyone was saying Jimmy Butler's better.
No, that's not true. Go check the tape. Go check the tape. I said Tatum was better. A lot of people. But Jimmy Butler's playing better.
And Marz, what you got to do, because I know you hear, Scottie Pippen is a Hall of Famer, and because Scottie Pippen's a Hall of Famer, you got to listen to what he said. Just so you know, Rashad McCants played in the NBA. He said Gregg Popovich is not a good coach because he can't win without good players.
I got to listen to him. He played at a high level.
There's no way that you got to listen to that, Marz. No way.
I was told hold on. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question. Phil, let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question based off what you just said. What defines a great coach to y'all? Because Larry Brown had teams that weren't great all-around personnel, but he did a great coaching job with them. When have we seen Gregg Popovich do a great coaching job without great talent?
What?
When have we seen Gregg Popovich? No. Hold on. I'm saying, hold on. Let me give you an example, right? Hold on. Let me give you an example. No, I'm gonna give you an example. Without great talent on the team, like without a superstar or great talent on the team, when have we seen Gregg Popovich overachieve? When have we seen him do something like what Spo has done?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Lo.
The last handful of seasons, he keeps overachieving. He keeps developing talent. He does.
The development of this. The development of
Ticket. How many games of San Antonio have you won?
No. Hold on. Here's my point. Once again, we got coaches like Larry Brown, who religiously had teams that didn't have all elite, all-time super talent. He might have had one player, right? And he overachieved with those teams. Like for the 76ers, they went to the finals. He overachieved. When have we seen Pop in that position overachieve? When have we seen Pop without having all those superstars?
We're punishing Pop for having good players and development.
2018.
Not only are we punishing him.
2018, he made the playoffs without Kawhi.
Yeah, 2018.
You just fought the Scottie Pippen for having a good player. So yeah.
Who was that? Hold on. Talk about. Who was on that team in 2018?
He's a Tim Duncan merchant.
That was the LA team.
Pau Gasol.
No. On 2018. No. I'm talking about on Pop's team, right?
We're naming the players. We're naming the players. We're naming the players.
Okay, start from the top, Mo. Start from the top.
Okay, well, first of all,
Rudy
rewind. You just said without a superstar, without
No,
a superstar.
I'm saying no. He said, hold on.
When did Larry Brown?
Hold on, chill. Hold on. Start from the top. Who was on that 2018 team?
LaMarcus Aldridge was on that team.
All-star, perennial all-star. Keep going.
You just said superstar.
No, I'm showing you something. Keep going. Who else on the team?
But there's a difference between a
Who
superstar.
else? Hold on, dog. Wait. I'm asking you.
Pau Gasol was on that team.
Okay, so hold on. This is all I'm asking y'all right now, right? Let me give y'all a perfect example. The OKC Thunder right now, right? Now they didn't make the playoffs, but they pushed it to the limits. And that team overachieved.
Bro,
and that team
was an all NBA caliber player. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Let me finish. Right. But hold on, listen. They developed him. He didn't come from the outside and go over there. That organization developed him into where he's at now and all those other young players. So it's him. Hold on. It's him, a bunch of dudes that was in the G League. I'm asking you, when have we ever seen Pop do that type of job? Because watch this. I'm gonna give y'all one.
He was in the play-in.
Hold on. I'm gonna give y'all an example. Hold on. Here was a word on Phil Jackson.
Kawhi Leonard. By that
no, I'm saying that. Hold on. You're not what I'm saying. Hold on. Here's what I'm saying, y'all. When Phil Jackson, when Shaq left LA, and Phil it was Kobe and a bunch of role players. That next year, they end up going to the playoffs. Before Pau Gasol came over there, they were one of the better teams in the West. These are facts. That is what hold on. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Before they traded for Pau Gasol, yes, they were. Look it up. He's
talking about in the 08 season.
Before they traded.
I'm talking about, I'm not lying. Hold on. So all I'm asking y'all is this. Hold on. All I'm asking y'all is this. When have we ever seen, and then they eventually went on, and they the year before that, they lost in the first round. Before Powell came over there, that team went to the playoffs, and they lost in the first round, got walked down by Phoenix, right? They lost 2 years. When have we seen Gregg Popovich do a job like that?
We're naming the year for you right now.
But you just gave me two perennial all-stars.
Pau Gasol was at 65 years old.
He was 37.
Pau Gasol was in year 16.
He was not the same player.
I'm not talking about Pau. 10 years after that. He said DeMar DeRozan
and we did not say DeMar DeRozan. We're talking about 2018.
LaMarcus Aldridge. Who else was on that team?
Pau Gasol, Danny Green, Kyle Anderson, Patty Mills, Rudy Gay, DeJounte Murray.
And DeJounte was he getting burned like that?
I think that was his rook season that year. I think that was his rook year.
And he turned that team.
What we doing
to a playoff team.
And what we're doing is what Ticket is doing is Ticket is telling us about a team that he had that was a championship caliber team. Ticket, if the draft is this year, the last pick in the first round, how do we feel about him? Getting on, I don't know, let's say he gets on Atlanta. How do we feel about that guy? The last pick in the first round. Because just so you know, that was Tony. Hold on, I ain't done. I'm not done. Because that was Tony Parker. Okay, so how do we feel about a second round pick in this year's draft? Because that was Ginobili. How do we feel about Steven Jackson, the guy who came out of high school who we don't know anything about? Because now he was on that crew. He developed all of these guys. And
you still have Tim Duncan. You still have David Robinson.
Okay,
you still have Avery Johnson. You still have.
I want to make sure we clear, Ticket, because when he got these guys, when he got Tony Parker, when he got Ginobili, just so you know, David Robinson, not only was he on the other side of it, David Robinson was clearly.
Right?
And I'm glad you mentioned that they won.
I'm saying when Tim Duncan came in the league, he already had David, he already had Avery, he already had Sean Elliott, he already had the San Antonio Spurs been loaded. So yeah, he has done a good job in picking things. I'm just saying, hold on.
Not loaded.
Time out. You add Tim Duncan onto that's loaded, nigga. What you talking about?
You're just lying. That's not loaded.
Rookie Tim Duncan was an animal, nigga.
He was. I'm not saying that he wasn't
loaded though.
That's not loaded. Hold on. Chill town. What did David Robinson do the year before Tim Duncan got drafted?
He was hurt.
He was hurt.
Hold on, chill down. I'm talking about before that.
Yo, I just removed Ticket. Ticket, I'm gonna bring you back up here. Hold on. It's one mic. You guys are all just yelling over each other. So let's have a civilized debate.
All right, let's do it.
But when you and Bobby were yelling all over, the place, you were
talking 1 on 10. It's 1 on 10.
I just removed.
No, ticket and
Hey, you want to take me out, but leave all them niggas in. Come on, come on, bro.
I'm trying to tell them to stop yelling right here, my nigga. That's cap. It's 10 on 1. You gonna take me out, nigga? That's cap. I'm trying to tell them to stop yelling over you.
But you gonna take me out? Take them niggas out and tell them niggas to stop. It's 10 on 1.
All right, Ticket, make your point. Go ahead.
Okay, here's my point right here. My whole point right here is that Gregg Popovich teams, they were still loaded, even when Tim Duncan came in the league. Okay, the year before that, we know that's why he got the pick, because was hurt. But the year before that, David Robinson was an animal. He was an animal. What did he do that year? Did he lead the league in scoring that year?
No, it was the year before that. 95,
that's
96.
That's what I'm saying.
He finished second in the league in MVP.
Right, come on. So, hold on. 100%. Right, hold on. And then he scored like 60 on a closing game in that season?
No, that was in what you call it. That was in 94.
Okay, so hold on. Let's get
Your argument was, tell me a time when Gregg Popovich didn't have a good team that he did well.
Right. Hold on.
We gave you the example.
No, that's my point. No, chill down. Fluent. That's my point. Tell me a time where he did not have an all-world team or great teams, and he continuously overachieved. We told you one. Hold on. So let me ask you a question there. Why does Gregg Popovich have a 30% winning percentage without Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili?
I can answer that. Because every single time he's attempting to then restart something, it falls apart because Kawhi either leaves or the team is trying to rebuild. So every player that he's trying to establish, they trade away because they're trying to rebuild.
How many years? I'm
answering it. So he tried to. He built up DeJounte Murray. They immediately traded him. He built up Derek White. They immediately traded him. He helped build up so many young players, and they keep trading these players. Kawhi Leonard got built up, then he left. So it's not like he's had anything.
No, I didn't ask you that. I asked you about
other coaches get the other franchises. Other franchises have the benefit of they wouldn't have kept the same coach when they're rebuilding. They switch coaches, or the coaches like Phil Jackson only go to a team that's already established, and then they leave before the rebuild. Gregg Popovich has been there the whole time, so he's sitting through the rebuilds. That's why you see that kind of record.
That's a lie. Phil Jackson went to That's a lie. Phil Jackson went to a bad Lakers team. Hold on, Don. That's a lie. Phil went to a bad Lakers team. So you're lying ass nigga. Phil went to the Lakers when Shaq left. Hold on. Phil went back to the Lakers when they was trash and they had Kobe Bryant and the role players. So stop lying, nigga. He didn't go to already.
They won the NBA. They won the NBA championship.
No.
But the ticket. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Damo. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, to answer his question about why is Pop's win percentage only 30% or whatever it was without Tim Duncan and the Hall of Fame cast he had. Okay, 2017, 2018, the season everyone keeps telling you about that whatever reason you're trying to talk about LaMarcus, like he's still in Portland. Regardless, they had Kawhi. Kawhi got hurt. He had that team. They were
47 win team with a top 3 defense.
Hold on, stop. The next year, he's a 48 win team. That was the first year DeMar got there. 48 win team. The year after that, a 32-win team, and I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, that's DeMar's last year on the team.
Yes.
That team was obviously not as good as they were.
So that's all-time great to y'all?
Hold on. After that, 33-win team, and they're obviously tanking. I don't know who you're expecting. What you're expecting?
No, I'm saying the years he had DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge together
for like 1 or 2 years.
No,
he had DeRozan for more years than that, Lo. You're the legend of losing. You're supposed to know that.
2019,
you just sat there and said how many years he had DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge. He only had them for like 1 or 2 years. And by 2021, LaMarcus
2018,
Aldridge,
2019, and 2019, 2020. That's
DeMar
DeRozan's San Antonio career.
2021, they traded LaMarcus Aldridge to Brooklyn in the middle of the season, so they did not have them for more than just 2 years.
Okay, Lo, here's my point to y'all.
So you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. Here's my point to y'all. Do Gregg Popovich in y'all's mind look like an all-time great coach without coaching all those Hall of Famers? Yes or no?
Nobody does.
Yes. No. Yes, because he was still.
Larry Brown does. I gave you.
Larry Brown does not. Ticket. Stop saying Larry Brown. He had the league MVP on his team. So stop saying that. That's not
true. Was he the league MVP before he went over there? Or was he a player everybody was saying? Or was he a player everybody was saying couldn't fit in the league because of his style of play?
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
They didn't say that.
Nobody said that.
Larry Brown,
No
was in like his
way.
first 2 seasons.
Oh no way.
What's he meant to do?
So the years, hold on. So the years in, hold on, time out. So the years in Philly, and then he goes over to the Detroit team who had no superstars on that team. The team in Detroit, he goes to the Detroit team and takes a dude that y'all praise, and old boy that's with the Pacers now, and makes them a championship team. They had no superstars on that team. That's real coaching.
You mean the same Detroit Pistons team that was in the Eastern Conference Championship in a dogfight with the Indiana Pacers the year before? You mean that team?
They lost. Larry Brown went over there and got him a
They
trip.
were a damn good unit.
Larry Brown went over there and got him a trip.
A damn good unit. We're talking about an all-league defender in Ben Wallace. Not only are we talking about an all-league defender in Ben Wallace, we're talking about an all-league guard in Chauncey Billups, who was awesome. At the same time, Richard Hamilton. We're not talking about just okay players.
So you don't think Larry Brown? Hold on. You don't think Larry Brown was? You don't think
did Larry Brown enhance that unit? Oh, absolutely he did. But stop talking to us, Ticket, like Larry Brown just got a bunch of dudes that was from the YMCA and turned them into all pros, because he didn't. That's not true.
He took the Philadelphia 76ers to the finals, and then he went and then not only he did that from scratch,
the league MVP and the defensive player of the year.
He made it. Hold on.
The defensive player of the year, by the way.
Hey, here's my whole problem with y'all. Here's my whole problem with y'all saying.
Get off your last point, then we got to move on. Go
All
ahead.
right, here's my whole problem with y'all saying, bro. Y'all said that what y'all said about McCants. But if you think about what McCann said he ain't an all-time great coach without all-time great talent. I'm telling you, we've seen coaches in the NBA who haven't had the level of talent that Pop has had, who's done a way better job with way lesser talent.
Okay, just name me two coaches, and I'll agree with you. Not Larry Brown. Name me 2 more coaches.
I just gave you Larry Brown.
I said name 2 more, not Larry Brown. Name me 2 more.
Had a better team outside.
Oh, okay. Talking about Lenny Wilkins. That's one, and another one is. Oh, you gonna open your eyes? Lenny Wilkins wasn't one of the most winning coaches in NBA history.
Do you remember the team? First of all, Lenny Wilkins won an NBA championship.
Okay, so who did Lenny Wilkins have?
Oh my God! I'm sorry, Gus Johnson, Dennis Johnson, Jack Sikma. Should I keep
going? I'm on the same team. I'm saying on the same team.
Ticket, come on, Ticket.
No. I'm saying on the same team. He's captain. Hold on. I'm saying on the same team.
That's the Seattle team.
What?
That's the Seattle.
What?
And do I leave out Dominique Wilkins? Do I leave
him
out?
Who was it? Okay, who was Dominique's sidekick?
Oh my God, he had an all-star.
Who was Dom's sidekick? Wait, hold on.
Can you name? Can you name a great
Jack
coach who didn't
Sikma,
have great
Dennis
players?
Johnson, Gus Johnson, all on the same
Can you name
team.
a great coach who didn't
Bro,
have great
listen,
players?
all three of them players, no disrespect, all 3 of the players y'all name are. I don't want to disrespect them dudes, man. But y'all know what I'm talking about.
So then don't.
Hold on.
Coaches, hold on.
You the same dude that captured those old generations.
No, but this is before Tickets was born, so you don't know about this.
Hold on.
You don't know.
You can name more coaches that has done less with as much or more talent than Gregg Popovich had. Then you can name coaches that's done what you're trying to say. There are plenty of coaches that had just as much talent. There's coached just as much talent to players that did not do anything with them. Gregg Popovich was consistent for a generation, it felt like, with his guys. The guys he had, he was able to consistently be great, consistently have some win teams, all that other stuff. There's other coaches, Doc Rivers, who had just as much talent and wasn't able to do that.
And for the record, Lenny Wilkins was in Cleveland with Ron Harper and Mark Price and Brad Daugherty, Larry Nance.
He's coached great.
Should I keep going? You want me to stop low, or should I keep going? Listen,
I give you. Hey, Ron Harper was great. He won no superstar. Ron Harper was a great player for the injury. He won no superstar.
Ron Harper, Mark Price, Brad Daugherty,
who has Gregg had
Nance?
outside of Tim Duncan and Kawhi Leonard? After that, DeMar DeRozan. Are you kidding me? After that,
DeMar DeRozan, perennial All-Star.
These players that we're also naming are perennial all-stars, Ticket.
Hold on. DeMar DeRozan is a perennial all-star.
And the player we're naming is a perennial all-star, Ticket. Every one of them.
You said
no, you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying he had 2 of those guys.
Now it's an all-star.
Yo, Ticket on one.
Had a two-time MVP and couldn't win. There are coaches who've had more with less and done less.
I'm on one team. Lenny Wilkins has Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, Larry Nance. Those are all Daugherty. Excuse me. Those are all perennial all-stars. Those are all of them are perennial all-stars.
Just so you know, Lo, Mark Price was a first-team All-League performer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about?
First-team All-NBA guy.
So let's try this again. Ticket. Name me two more coaches. Name me two. Name them.
Bro, I can give you two right now. Don Nelson, that's one. And another one.
He had Dirk, Nash, and Michael Finley.
He had a young Steve Nash. He had a young Steve Nash that was nowhere near the MVP Steve Nash.
He was a perennial all-star. He was a perennial all-star.
You forget that he had Run TMC too with Tim Hardaway.
Steve Nash was nowhere near the player. Hold on, Steve Nash was nowhere near the player he was when he went to the Phoenix Suns.
I said he was a perennial all-star. That's what he was in Dallas. He was a perennial all-star.
Discounting Dirk and Michael Finley, like those guys are perennial all-stars too.
Michael Finley was older. Keep it real.
No, he was not. He was in his 20s and 30s. What are you talking? Early what?
Oh, damn, this nigga gonna lie. Go ahead, Ron.
No, stop, Ron, stop. He's a liar. Michael Finley was between the ages of 24 to 31 in Dallas. 24 to 31. Those are prime years.
Those are prime years.
He was in his prime.
You're
a liar. You're a liar.
Well, he don't count because it's not Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker, bro. He don't count.
He's a liar.
Nah, like I said before, I agree with what you go. I ain't seen
Greg Popovich. Name me two. All you gotta do is name me two. Just name me two.
All right, I just gave you three, nigga. What you want?
All of them had perennial all-stars and all NBA players on their team.
Man,
all of them.
All right. Hold on. I can take you. Hold on. Let's go to this then. Since that nigga want to play this game. All right. So we can go to shit, man. Stop laughing, man. When a nigga trying to be serious, man. Stop laughing, bro.
I apologize, Ticket. Okay.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me go into my thing. So you got goddamn
Spo, the guy that you hate. Spo is actually a good one.
That's the name that I wanted to say, but you won't say it.
Use that one.
That's the actual name that
I said that. Hold on. I said Spo. That's who I said when we was making this argument.
So Spo is one. So give me one more. Even though he got Jimmy Butler on his team, but give me one more.
No, I'm talking about. I said you can have one. I'm talking about this dude had multiple.
All right, so give me one more. Spo is one. Who's the other one?
All right, the other one. J Kidd, nigga.
What? Yeah, nah. You're just
hold on. You laughing? J Kidd went to the conference finals. J Kidd also. Oh no, I got it. Yeah, J Kidd went to the conference finals last year, past year, and he was doing a hell of a job with those Milwaukee teams. Before he yes, he was. Milwaukee was trash before he went over there, nigga.
Giannis at point guard? Those Milwaukee teams?
He's talking about he developed Giannis, nigga. Stop lying, nigga. That was talking about
development. If it wasn't for Parker's ACLs,
don't bring up damn development now, because when we were talking about development with Pop, it wasn't enough. So don't bring development now with J Kidd.
You want smoke too, Low Junior? You can get some too, nigga. So like I said, at the end of the day, I'll cook both of you niggas at the same damn time. Like I said, nigga, J Kidd went to the Western Conference. J Kidd been to the Western Conference Finals with a team with Luka, and role players, Brunson and role players, and now we're seeing what Brunson's becoming away from the Dallas Mavs. So cool. All right, hold on.
Keep going.
No. I'm talking about a coach that basically is overachieved. When he went to the Milwaukee Bucks, they was trash before he went over there, and he made a playoff team again and made a respectable game, and he developed Giannis, who nobody thought Giannis was going to be at the level that he became. He was the first one to develop Giannis. He was sort of like Mark Jackson was to Steph Curry. So these niggas need to stop lying, nigga.
So with that being said, Ticket, hold on, Lo. So with that being said, Ticket, would you say that Jason? I'm sorry, Lo.
Got him.
With all of that being said, Ticket, are you telling us that Jason Kidd is an all-time great coach?
No, I'm saying he did an all-time great job. No, I'm saying
that's what this is about.
All-time great job.
Bro, did you hold on? Time out. What would a Milwaukee Bucks for J Kidd went over there, sir?
They were a 500 ball club. That's what they were.
No, before J Kidd went over there.
Oh, before? They were also still. I think they were also still a 500 ball club.
No. They won.
For a damn lie. Them niggas was trash.
No, I know, but
the
year before that they went in the playoffs because I remember that was the year where Monte Ellis and them they lost to Miami. They were still making the playoffs. The bar to make the playoffs at that time was like if you were a 500 ball club that you could make the playoffs. So saying that you're a playoff team, that doesn't really move the needle. They were literally like a 500 ball club at best. They were a 500 ball club at best with Jason Kidd.
Hold on. That's way better. That's way better than what they was before. Low. And remember, he had Giannis when Giannis was a baby. This ain't no Giannis that you see now, nigga. He had Giannis before Giannis was developed. That team had a hurt, that was getting hurt all the time. And then they had Chris Middleton that was coming up. He was a young buck, a second round pick that was coming up.
Yeah, we can. If that's the bar, then again, Popovich surpassed that in 2018.
All right, actually, Mike Bud surpassed Jason Kidd because he went from 44 wins to 60 wins.
Yo, we about to get into these underdog picks. The chat has voted, and the picks are in. So let's go ahead and get to it right quick. Euro and Hezzy, you present? You there? Today we're gonna rock with none other than Jimmy Butler, and y'all know we gotta go with Jimmy Butler. It's Game 7, the biggest game of the year. Everything's on the line. I asked the chat, will Jimmy Butler go higher or lower than 28.5 points? We're not talking about rebounds. We're not talking about assists. We're not talking about nothing else but straight buckets today. And you guys said higher.
We should have picked Duncan Robinson. I think he's going to go higher. They got him at 28 and a half?
28 and a half. The chat said higher.
God.
Hey, the chat don't lie. Next, we're going with Gabe Vincent.
What's his points?
13 and a half. I asked the chat, higher or lower? They said higher. And last but certainly not least, I said Jason Tatum. Higher or lower? 31 and a half.
Dang.
And in typical fashion, being higher merchants, the chat went with higher.
Now, JT wets the bet. There's not enough about talk about Jason Tatum. He's actually been playing great.
In chat, I'm actually going to throw you guys a bone because if you see up here, it's a special promotion tonight. If you guys don't have the Underdog app, you might want to go get it right now because Jaylen Brown, all he has to do is go higher than 0.5 points, meaning all he has to do is hit a free throw tonight, and you basically win his stats for tonight. So we're going to go ahead and add that on there. It's just a cherry on top. We're just going to drop that cherry right there. Now we went from a ×6 multiplier, as you can see down there in the payout, to a ×10 multiplier, all on Jaylen Brown and his 0.5 points. So with that being said, we got higher for, these 4 players: Jimmy Butler, Gabe Vincent, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. Let's go ahead and take this insurance today. Because we Lord knows we need this. We need this one, Euro. We haven't done too well. This is Game 7. We need this momentum going into the finals.
Jesus.
I don't know, Ron. I might go lower for Jaylen Brown.
It'd be crazy if Jaylen Brown's the one that lets us down.
So wait, I could go on that app right now and do like Jimmy Butler over and just Jaylen Brown points.
Well, it has to at least be 3 players. But hold on. Okay. Euro, go ahead. We're gonna do a dub special today. Thank you, Dub. Go ahead and just put 40 in there. As you can see, $40 gets us 400 tonight. On this from you, chat. Go ahead and take that insurance too, Euro.
We can't put insurance on a promotion run. Our host.
Thank you, Marz, for reading the rules and regulations. Go ahead and submit that then, Euro.
There you go.
There you go. The maximum entry with the specials, 200. All right. This is what we're working with right now. All right, Euro, go back. We're going to do a dub special. So you go ahead and throw the Jaylen Brown on there. We know that's coming. Now, Dub.
You want me to make one?
Yes.
What's Duncan Robinson's points? What's his overs?
Highest.
Put him higher. Right. And then we're gonna do let me see Jimmy Butler's assists. Oh, 6 assists. That's OD. What's Gabe Vincent's assist? What does it say?
He has assists and rebounds, 5.5.
Put that as a higher.
Higher than that.
Put that as a higher. And then we'll do JT. Let me see his real quick.
So leave then, Battle Rap. If this is boring to you, bounce, because there's a bunch of people who actually digging this. Why don't you bounce then, Battle Rap?
Peace,
you know
Battle
what?
Rap.
You know what? I'll be fine. I'll be fine with those 2 picks and then put the Jaylen Brown thing on. Or do I have to have another?
No. It only needs to be 3. Let's make some money today.
All right, put was that 5.5 assists?
Nah, 5.5 assists and rebounds. And rebounds, though.
Assists and rebounds?
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's just assists, Ron.
For Gabe or JT?
JT. Put his turnovers to
fire.
Let's be risky today. Let's be risky. Let's put him for under 3.5 turnovers.
Lower.
Oh, lower.
Our terminology.
Lower. And then we'll do that. Put the whole house on it, man. Locks of the day.
Bet the crib on it.
That's it right there.
What is it, Ron? Let me recap real quick.
You got that's the recap. Yo, got Duncan Robinson higher than 8.5 points, Gabe Vincent higher than 5.5 total rebounds and assists, and Jason Tatum going lower than 3.5 assists. Dub wants us to put 100 on this. So if you know, then you know that Dub knows what he's talking about when it comes to this type of stuff. With 100, we hit the times 6 multiplier. That's gonna get us 600. Euro, I'm gonna let you determine whether you want to insure Dub or not. But if Euro believes in you, Dub.
Word.
Yeah, y'all gotta save y'all Jaylen Brown pick for this one.
Chad, let's win some money, man. We're gonna win this.
Let me go ahead and get with Dub real quick.
Dub sold on the turnovers.
No, that's the only one. That's the only one I'm concerned about.
That's the one that scared me a bit. I think he can do it, though. I think he can do it.
Please, Jason.
All right, y'all. We got a lot of super chats to get to, but before I do that, I need to hear you guys' predictions and thoughts for tonight.
Boston win.
Just real quickly, because I do want to get into the super chats. Who wins tonight? Who you got winning in Game 7?
Miami in 7.
Boston
Marz?
in 7.
Boston
Boy, these some lying ass niggas, Ron. He played more than 2 years in San Antonio. This is what happens when you actually get
Marcus Aldridge.
No, I said DeMar DeRozan, you lying ass boy.
You said
he played 3 years in San Antonio.
How long did DeMar and LaMarcus play together, Ticket?
No, hold on. He played 3 years in San Antonio, nigga.
How long did DeMar and
LaMarcus was there? LaMarcus was there with him in 2018, 2019. LaMarcus was there with him in 2019, 2020.
DeMar wasn't there.
And LaMarcus was there. Hold on. And LaMarcus was there in 2020, 2021. You lying ass.
How many games? Ticket for how many games? Ticket for how many games?
Hold on, bro. He was there. Hold on.
For how many games?
He got traded.
He ended up in Brooklyn.
Midway through the season, I think.
So what are you talking about?
No, early.
But he still played with him. They was trash. That's why they traded him, nigga. They was trash.
Y'all split down the middle. 2.5 is in between 2 and 3. Y'all both right.
They was trash. That's why they traded him, nigga. They was 30. They had won 33 games that season. You lying ass, capping ass, uppity ass, Reverend Leon Lonnie Love ass Negro.
How many games did LaMarcus play?
We're not about to do this again.
Ron, my bad. Hey, Ron, I love you. You tell me, boy. Go ahead.
All right, chill. Predictions for tonight, Game 7.
I don't think they let Miami out of there with a win. I don't.
So you got Boston tonight?
I don't think they let Miami out of there with a win. I don't see it.
Okay. Fluent.
Well, I had Miami in 6, right, to start the series. So I got to follow Marz's logic. I just keep with them. So Heat in 7. And then if they lose, Heat in 8, Heat in 9. I keep going.
Yo, Ticket, who you got tonight?
Man, this sorry ass Jimmy Cricket ass don't goddamn guaranteed to win, man. His name is Jimmy Crickets right now because we don't hear a damn thing but crickets around there. Man, this fool don't guarantee the game tonight, man. Man, I don't know, man. I ain't got no answer, bro.
Ticket.
I'm hung, man. I don't know.
You had a loss of words?
I'm at a loss of words for once, bro.
Man, all right.
This nigga Jimmy don't guarantee the win, bro. I mean, this nigga 0-4 guaranteeing wins, bro.
All right, there it is. Dub, who you got?
Bam Adebayo.
Now this. So Bam Adebayo's gonna get him to win tonight. Is he gonna show up?
Defense, man. Defense wins championships.
All right. Mm-hmm. So Bam Adebayo is going to defend better than the Celtics are going to defend.
Defense wins championships.
All right. Last I checked, the Celtics got a defensive player of the year on their team. But all right.
Hey, Ron. You see how Low came in here? Low came in here with Low Jr. tried to jump me. Them niggas think they slick too. Yeah, I body slam both them niggas, man. Straight up, nigga. I'm the ultimate warrior to these niggas.
Facts. Big facts. All right, y'all. We gonna move on. Cruiser Nation 3 with the super chat. He said Bam was boxing out. Go look at the play. They played it perfectly. They denied Tatum with the double. That wasn't a mental. That's what Spo called, and y'all that's what Spo called. Are y'all serious? Spo talked about it. Oh, all series Spo talked about it? He did what he was told.
And how did that work out? And Cruiser,
time on the clock. There shouldn't have even been enough time on the clock.
Cruiser, how did that end up going? Just so we clear. He did what he was told. How did that go?
Did not box out his man.
Man,
I'm sure Spo didn't call that.
Forget all that boxing out at the free throw line. Go get the ball.
No, he couldn't box him out because he went to the double. That's what he's saying.
I don't care what he's saying. Whatever he's saying, he's wrong. Go get the ball.
When did the foul occur, Tone?
I love that question.
When did the foul occur?
It doesn't matter.
What do you
it
mean
doesn't matter when the foul occurred because apparently.
Okay, let me rephrase that. When was the whistle blown?
That's the better question. The whistle was blown at 2.7 seconds.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Actually, Tone, I'll take it a step further than that. It was blown at 2.5 seconds.
Well, there you go. I gave him the benefit of the doubt because most people, and apparently not even the NBA coaches, and this is why you can't trust Marz. This is why you can't trust NBA players or NBA coaches or heck, even the NBA. Go read Section 5 of your NBA rule book. The clock will stop. Not when the foul occurs. Go find me where it says that. It doesn't. The clock will stop when the whistle is blown. That is the only rule in the NBA rulebook, Section V or 5 for those that know Roman numerals. And the only reason I'm so hot about it is I don't care. I don't have a dog in this race, but I was doing a series of all the bad calls, and no one said anything about the double dribble. But Boston fans are so sensitive that when they saw the video about, well, the clock was wrong, they went ballistic. But here's the problem. None of them know the rule. I said, what's the rule? And no one cares about the rules anymore. That's the problem. So all I'm saying is they made a bad call. I think they missed a call on the double dribble. I think they missed a call on a charge earlier when what's his name was in the restricted area. All I was pointing out was missed calls. So it happened. It's over. We go to game 7. All cool. But the rule book states the clock stops when the whistle blows. So people just.
So you're telling me 2 years in a row, Miami possibly is getting cheated out of a win.
You're getting jobbed again.
2 years in a row.
What I'm saying, let me say this. I said at the beginning of a video on TikTok, I said, I don't care if you believe in it being rigged, conspiracy theories. This has nothing to do with that. My point is, I don't think people know the rule. I don't even think, because Spo would have challenged it. I don't think he knows the rule. Or they don't follow the rule. One or the other. And that's just weird that nobody seems to understand the rule. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You, as a Miami fan, yes, they got robbed. In your eyes, absolutely, as you should.
They took away 3 points from us. They did this rule. It should have been 2.7, 2.5. And I was just sitting there in my reaction, just staring at the camera because y'all want to fix this.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? It's a butterfly effect. So had they got it right and there was only 2.5 seconds left or whatever, is it a different play?
Yes.
I think it's the same.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of other things. There's a lot of other things that could go into it.
Marcus Smart catching it. Boom. I think
you're a Miami. I'm not a Miami.
What did I tell you, Chill?
I'm just saying. I'm not a Miami fan. I don't
the ball out his hands.
But you could see even people in the chat cry. No, I pointed out calls that were wrong against the Lakers, for the Bucks, for the Heat, against the Heat, for the Celtics, against. I called out a bunch of them. This one seems to be the hot topic one because those other ones got like 1,000. This one's getting like 50,000 views and people going bananas, cry. I go, I'm not an angry Heat fan. I'm just pointing out that there's a rule that no one seems to know.
People just want to go for what they want to go for.
Yeah, exactly. They're all screaming, oh, when they foul occurred. That's not the rule.
And just so you guys know, y'all tripping on 0.3 seconds. Derek Fisher knocked down a shot in 0.4 seconds.
It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time.
So knock off the 0.3 seconds logic. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ron.
You used to ref. What's the rule? When the foul occurred or when the whistle blows?
When the whistle blows. That's when the clock stops.
Yeah. That's why they say play to the whistle, because it don't stop till the whistle blows.
That's when the clock stops.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Wayne go crazy.
Congratulations to the Celtics on forcing Game 7.
Wayne go crazy said, chill, you're wrong. Strus did what Spo coached that.
And how did that go? How did that work?
It's a bad job.
Explain how that worked.
How do people know? Were you guys in the huddle? You know what they told?
Spurs said that he told Strus to deny Tatum the ball, and that's why he wasn't on Derek White.
And why? This dude is 28 feet away from the basket. Jason Tatum at that point, 0 for 8 on the long ball. Why?
Well, then I think they're saying that directing your anger at Max Strus is incorrect. It should be at Spo. Because Strus just did what he was told, so it would be on Spo, not Max Strus.
Is that a coaching blunder from Spo?
Yes.
I think that's what the super chat is. I think that's what the super chat is saying.
Spo defending a player for doing something wrong.
I remember being in the fifth grade. I remember being in the fifth grade, and one of my friends' moms was at our game. Our coach told me to face guard some kids, something. After the game, she came and told me, look here, Bobby, I don't give a damn what your coach tells you to do. Don't ever do that again. That's what Max Strus should have done. He should have said, look, Spo, I hear you. Fuck all that.
We get that.
Although
in the NBA, players do that all the time.
I know we brought this up earlier. Well, why would Strus be on the inbounds? Like, put a taller, like long.
That's what I said.
Make it harder to throw in. I remember a play. I forget who. I think it was Butch Carter was coaching, and he put 2 guys on the inbounds. It was crazy weird, but it worked. Like sometimes you just do something different.
Y'all remember that play with Phoenix when it was a long time ago when he said off the backboard, and then Charles Barkley caught it off the glass and shot it.
Oh yeah, against Portland. Yeah, I do remember that.
That was kind of like what Ticket with you and Chill, what Ticket and Chill was talking about earlier when the ball went up and everybody just froze.
Yeah,
it's like that. So. That was a mental lapse, I think.
That was against the Trailblazers. Charles Barkley ended up picking it up and scoring the basketball. I remember that, yeah.
But, we like I said, the guy that passes, this is why give and goes to this day still work, right? Why the inbounds player always has an open shot. It's people forget. They stop thinking. And, whoever inbounds the ball is always wide open. Whoever throws a pass, I don't know why we do this, but the fact that they just let him beeline straight for that rebound, crazy.
Yo, before I read this next super chat, I do want to say we have a jam-packed day on Player's Choice. As you know, right now, we doing the panel. We going to run down all these super chats. But after this, at 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern, it will be none other than PC Footy with your very own Marz Blackman.
In the house.
After that, we will have a legendary episode of BAM by Any Means, hosted by none other than J-Rob, with a special guest appearance, a Seattle legend, Rodney Stuckey.
Nice.
He'll be on there with J-Rob. You guys definitely want to tap into that. Rodney Stuckey, he's going to have a lot of good things to say. He's going to speak on his whole NBA career, the state of the NBA right now, and a couple other things that he got going on in the basketball community. It's going to be a dope interview. Y'all definitely make sure to tap into that. That's at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. Then after that, none other than Dub and SSJ Gabe will be doing a live playoff reaction in, I know y'all gonna watch the game, so y'all might as well listen to Dub's commentary on his Heat and everything else that's going on. I'm sure Ox might be in there, Marz might pop in there. Who knows? I might just be in there too. You never know. But y'all make sure to tune into these shows today. We got a good day today. Very good day today. But moving along, Desto with the super chat. He said the last play was on coaching, not personnel. Strus was coached to deny Tatum and live with anybody else. It burned them in the end. White is the hero.
White is the hero, but isn't personnel.
I told y'all. Hey, Desto, we cool now. You ain't even got to pay my bread, nigga.
Omar Hanson said, "Unc, chill. I told you Jimmy was at a gas."
I think the last 4 games. I mean, Ticket talked about Joel Embiid, his point production dropping 10 points. Jimmy Butler, I think the last 10 games, he averaging 21 a game, as opposed to 31.
Hold on, he's in the conference finals. This dude getting beat. This dude ain't never even been to the conference finals, and he an MVP. He been averaging 30. Grilltown.
Oscar Proud Jr. said, "L Ticket, Bam passed it. Jimmy was in the corner."
We were talking about plays earlier.
We were talking about that. We talking about when Bam when he gave it to him. So LU.
Donovan Samuel said, "Shout out to PC for the live Game 6 stream on Saturday." Well, shout out to PC for the live Game 7 stream. Well,
Dub could not handle it.
Shout out
all the people who couldn't handle it. Dub could not handle it.
Bob, was that you? Was that you, or was that J Rob who said watch for Derek right on the boards?
That was me. I said but before that. Before that, though, Fluent, I said, yo, Spo got to put a big in on the ball and another big on the baseline.
But the one part I heard, because I saw just the part where I heard someone, so I guess it was you, say, watch out for Derek White on the boards. And what happens? Exactly that. That was crazy. Good for you.
I for real thought Dub was going to blow a gasket. I did. I thought he was. I thought he was going to blow a gasket.
When I get upset, a lot of the times, I just don't. When I'm really upset, I don't talk. I just sit there and I just think. So it's like that's where I was that was me blowing the gasket. I was just sitting there like, this is really happening.
That's a very mature reaction to being upset, Dub. I like that. Take the time to think on it.
I told you I'm a mature person. I just like messing with you guys.
Hey y'all,
which is very immature, by the way. But keep going.
I know it's both. Best of both worlds, right?
Everybody up here. If the finals goes to Game 7, and we can definitely do it before, but if the finals goes to Game 7, we have to have a panel live stream party. Everybody got to be up here, and we all got to watch the game and just talk it all the way through. I'm putting everybody on the docket for that.
Yo, for Game 7, if we go to Game 7, forget putting everybody in the docket. Put everybody on the plane. We got to link up, do it live.
Yeah. Nah.
Where are we going? Boston or Miami?
That might be considered.
London.
I mean, Denver, excuse me. London. I'm good.
I told you already. Marz going to have us in a party with Barbies and Drillers.
Game 7 in London. PCP said, "Can we all agree that D Wade would have closed it?"
No.
I've seen him be a free throw merchant too, so yeah, maybe.
ASAP Don said, Blood not even Nightwing. He's Commissioner Gordon. That's crazy.
That's not cool at all.
J Boyd 324 said, "Much respect to y'all. I've been listening and rocking to y'all on Spotify at work for months, but catching live shows hits different." LOL.
We on Spotify?
Yeah.
We everywhere, Tom. We everywhere.
Apple Music, Spotify,
Yeah,
the whole 9 yards. Whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
we're gonna be on live TV pretty soon too.
Facts.
Yeah.
A man of culture said, "All the fans are doing is crucifying Jimmy. That's not right, Fluent. It's all the fan base has been talking about since Game 4.
And deserved."
Reggie Reg with a start bench cut. He said Jizza, Ghostface, and ODB.
It's tricky for me because ODB my favorite of the Wu-Tang. So I'm starting ODB. I'm benching Ghost and I'm cutting Jizza.
I'm starting Ghost, benching Jizza.
Cut ODB going to pick up his welfare check in a limo. Cut that. Rest in peace, ODB.
Darren Foss said Tatum needs more praise for his defense. He's erased Jimmy Butler from this series. Best two-way player in the league.
Ooh, wow.
That's high praise. That's high praise.
Crediting just JT for Jimmy Butler playing bad is not correct. A lot of people.
It's disingenuous, but
yeah, it's not just JT. Yeah,
it's kind.
He's not a better two-way player than Giannis, so we can just stop with that nonsense.
Is he a top 5 two-way player? 10?
I think you can make the argument.
Marz doesn't believe in that.
No, I understand what two-way means, and with the definition, he's probably top. He's top 10 definitely. You can make the case for top 5.
Fair enough. Pimp named Slickback said, "Damn, we are only a week removed from certain folks trying to elevate Jimmy above D Wade. It's crazy how the tides change so quickly."
Number one, first of all,
true, so we can move on.
Yeah, we can definitely move on because that stuff bothers me. Number one, don't say certain folks. If you're gonna come up here, name names. That's number one. Number two, he didn't try to elevate him. It's the term "if this happens" is what Ticket said.
We're gonna have a conversation.
He said if this happens. He didn't say this is happening and this dude is better. He said if this happens. So get your story straight.
Moving along, PCP with another super chat. Glasses Dub in the house. He said Ticket had a whole segment that Jimmy could be over D Wade if he wins it all, but then says he has to wait for Jokic to win to discuss him all time.
Which is the same thing. If he does that. That's the same thing.
No, that's not. Jokic has to. Jokic only has to.
Yes, Jokic has to.
Jimmy makes it to the finals while Jokic has to win.
No, that's not what Ticket said. No, that's not what he said.
The difference is we're talking about.
No, that's what he said. That's exactly what Ticket said. He said if Jokic wins, he's above Charles Barkley. But he said if Jimmy Butler makes it to the finals, Jimmy's over.
No, he said, I don't remember.
That's not what he said.
No, that's not what he said.
He said win? Was it win?
Yes, he said
Oh, my bad. I must have misheard it. Elmi.
Yeah, you're cooked.
Lub.
Moving along, a man of culture said Bam's defense is the reason he got paid, not offense.
So the 18.
So he doesn't have to. So he doesn't have to do anything offensively.
Right.
He shouldn't shoot 16 shots.
The 20.
Because according to Lowe, if you can't play both sides of the ball, you shouldn't even be in the league. We can't have guys who only play one side of the ball in this day and age.
I guess Ron, I got to bounce, Ron. All right. I got to bounce, Ron. So I will get what you do. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, yo, out.
I'm out.
Huncho Dre said, "Bam, top 3 big. AD must have retired."
Yeah, he's not better than AD.
Tay Luke 777 said, "Bam is 6'9" and has faced a hell of a front line this postseason in the interior. Mitchell Robinson, Brook Lopez, and Giannis. Now Horford and the Time Lord. His comp over Jimmy's."
Okay.
Cool.
Nick Dawson said, "Ron brought up Brook Lopez. Thoughts about Lopez to Miami in free agency and move Bam to the 4?"
I would like that, but we would have to pay Brook Lopez a lot of money, so it wouldn't be good for a cap hit. So Brook Lopez is going to be looking to get a bag, especially with him possibly in the next 5 years going to retire. So we won't be able to afford him, so it wouldn't be a good move.
Moving along. Christopher D said, "Dub crucified Sabonis jump shot, but Bam jump shot is broke too."
It's called shedding to light. It's not really crucifying. When I know who somebody is, I'm gonna promote it because I've been you who Sabonis was before the postseason series began. So me just shedding light on that to let you all know that y'all were wrong about this player, I'm definitely gonna do that. But I've been consistent with Sabonis and Bam the whole year. So hold that L.
You never said anything about DeMonte shooting the ball. It was always the defense side of the court, and then all of a sudden,
his shot wasn't moving me.
Yeah, but you never once brought that up. Though.
I said that Bam and Sabonis' offense wasn't far from each other. I said that.
He said that, Bobby.
Okay.
So Quay White said, "Defending 4 for 16 because he's bad on offense is wild." Do you want to hold that, Dub?
No, I don't hold him to a crazy level, so no, I don't care.
No? Okay, all right. Alan R said, "What's more impactful, Steph's ability to shoot the 3 or the attention he draws because of his ability to shoot 3s?" Stole this question from Marz Talk Sports. Tune in every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So Alan R's Marz burner account, but shout out.
W plug.
Isn't it just both? Because without Steph's ability to shoot 3s, then it wouldn't be able to draw the attention.
Yeah, but the question, remember when Steph went through his slump last year, and like he was shooting like 30% or whatever, but teams were still guarding him as if he was still shooting like 40%. So is it more valuable that Steph can shoot as well as he does, or the threat that he has because of how well he can shoot, creating shots for other people? Which one is more valuable?
It's confusing me because in order for him to
yes, he has to be able to shoot that well to have that threat. That's that I'm trying to separate, not separate, but trying to like take.
I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying. I don't like the
Yes.
question though because it's cause and effect for me. So
I agree.
It's either way. It's
the answer
definitely
is
his ability
the
to
impact.
shoot the
The
ball.
answer is the impact in my question, in my opinion.
But then you guys disagreed, and that was the point. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah, it's definitely his ability to shoot the ball.
I agree with that actually.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Because if without that ability, then that impact doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
Billy Zambitis said Heat booked a flight to Denver after Game 7 tonight.
Where do you want them to book a flight to?
Marz, so you don't think that's crazy?
Where are they meant to book the flight to? If they book the flight to Miami, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, they think they're gonna lose the game." Like, where are they meant to book a flight to?
If they lose, Ron, they just cancel the flight. No
Yeah,
big deal.
like
You really just don't book a flight. You wait until after the game, and then matter of fact, how they booking flights and they got private jets? People just be saying stuff. You can't book a flight and you own the private jet. That's like me saying that's like me saying I booked the flight to go to Popeye's Chicken after this.
Because you have to let,
book
like,
the car ride and I'm driving my car.
People have to know you'll be in the air at this time or whatever.
Right.
So like,
see, Marz, if Ron ran in the finest of circles, he'd know you got to have the pilot ready. You know what I'm saying? The plane got to be fueled up.
It's their private jet. They have the pilot ready. The pilot, they can literally look. Spoke can go on the plane and literally.
You think the pilots is standing around Erik Spoelstra all day like, oh, ready, coach? Nah, they got to call. They got to call.
Yo, Spoke can literally get on the plane or whoever's directing it, Pat Riley, and he can say, "Yo, we going to Cancun after this ass whooping."
Yeah, but
the difference is, Ron, people like to be prepared. Unlike you want to do everything last minute.
People also have to know what planes are in the air and when they're going to be in the air and where they're going to be, so you don't just crash into a plane.
Airspace, Ron.
So what happens if they lose tonight? Then
they cancel the flight.
And then what do?
They fly back to Miami.
Flight to Miami.
Okay, all right.
See, Ron, I thought you rolled in the finest of circles.
Yo, Bobby. It's something I want to tell you to do right now, but I'm gonna be cool. Darren Foss says Celtics not shooting 20% from 3 at home.
Might be 15.
Mar6 Clark says Spo post game he said he told Strus to deny Tatum.
Stupid.
Let's run through these fast, Ron. Let's go.
So I'm trying to. Saucy Go Beat says Celtics versus Nuggets. Marz, who you got?
The championship comes out the Eastern Conference.
Oh, wait. Never mind. I don't know.
You don't want to comment on it, Doug?
No, Marz just cursed them, so I guess the Nuggets are winning.
Okay, Doug.
AMF said, is it smart for Spo to keep cool? There's enough pressure for Game 7 and potentially being the first NBA team to lose a series after being up 3-0.
That's exactly my point. That's what I'm saying. Y'all want everybody to, when they lose, to freak out and start crying and shit. Like, calm down. It'll be all right. Oh, some mosquito in the
One of two things is gonna happen. One, Miami's probably gonna be so upset off of the way they lost in Game 6 that they're gonna be playing with high intensity. Or two, they just succumb to the pressure. So we'll see what happens. One of those two things will happen though.
PCP said Doc played this team. We up and lost.
Was up and lost.
Was up and lost.
Thank you, PCP.
Yes, he was correct.
Cash Out Abu said 1 game at a time, Marz.
Indeed, 1 game at a time. Like I said, they've been in a Game 7 before this postseason. I think they know how to do it.
Thank you.
A Man of Culture said, I mean, ... Nightwing is now Batman, so...
I think Red Hood would have been a better comparison for his example. If you know who the Red Hood is. Love the Red Hood. Everyone loves the Red Hood, but we don't know if he could ever be Batman.
Angie Carr with the super chat said, crazy that a win or go home situation was decided on something that coaches always preach to kids growing up. Don't just stare, follow the shot.
Yeah,
Facts,
that's
Angie.
so
Facts, Angie.
ridiculous.
On offense and defense, follow your shot.
Cash Out
I
Abu
got
said
a
when
cat.
Ticket is wrong, he has a million excuses.
Because he ain't wrong, you just aren't hearing.
Not listening.
Exactly.
Taquay Wright said, since for Jimmy, we are only looking at Miami, which is the first time he went to the finals. Since going to the finals in OKC, KD went to 1 finals, another 2 conference finals as well. Ticket chatting.
Well, he's only gone to 1 finals in OKC, so since then he's been to 0 finals, unless you include Golden State, in which he went to 3 finals.
Yeah.
So I guess you're chatting.
Christopher D said, better clutch moments. Bird still against the Pistons in 87 or Derek White's tip in. If you say White, where does the moment rank in Celtics lore?
I think Bird Steel is probably better. There's Derek White.
I'll hate, man. I'll hate. You're hating.
All right, go ahead, Marz. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I just think you're hating.
Then I'm not answering. Go ahead. Somebody else answer that.
Just don't answer with hate in your heart.
No, I'm giving an objective answer. I think Bird Steel was just more clutch.
That's hate.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
There we go. Stop hating.
Gaslighting Marz is the worst, Marz.
Tay Luke 777 said post-injury D Rose over Jimmy in Chicago.
You can make the argument.
EJ1 said Brunson or Young going forward for winning.
Oh,
I'd rather have Trae Young.
Jalen Brunson on the come up, man. We'll see. We shall see.
Trey clears. Khalifa said MJ's son is smashing his wife. That's why.
You guys always try to find excuses. He's a Hall of Fame top 75 player. He knows more than all of us. So stop trying to give excuses why he doesn't agree with you about your takes. You're just wrong. He's right.
AJM said comparing their careers as of today, who y'all got? Sidney, Jimothy, Butler.
Jimothy.
Damn, L hate. What's wrong with Sidney Moncrief though?
I think it's a
and he said Squidney.
I don't think Sidney is as good in the postseason in terms of scoring as Jimmy. I think he's a better defender though.
L hate.
Okay. I guess we're
Who
here.
you got, Marz?
Probably Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Ox?
I'll take Jimmy.
Hey,
Christopher D said the one thing Scottie got right was about Phil Jackson. If you know, you know.
I think he's been right about everything he said. You guys just don't agree with him.
Can't say nothing against Michael Jordan. You know
it's crazy, but I mean, every time someone speaks badly about LeBron James when they were in the NBA, so they know more than you. They were in the locker rooms, but you speak about Michael Jordan, it's all of a sudden it's hate. Just very interesting how that works, but it's fine. Shout out to Michael Jordan.
Keontae Henson said, was Kobe a horrible player from 2004 to 2008?
He was definitely a ball hog and a chucker. So, so sure, yeah.
PCP said it's dub hate. And I agree.
No, L hate.
All of my answers have been correct, but for some reason it's hate.
Okay.
Almighty C Boogie said MJ without Pippen is DeRozan with defense and charisma. Wow. It's dub hate.
Hey, DeRozan was above 500 in his time. But, I mean, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, I hate the truth.
Facts.
AC Black said MJ's magical 1988 season was with Scottie coming off the bench. MVP, All-Star MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Slam Dunk champ, and scoring champ.
I guess
why don't I see NBA champ on that list? I mean, if you're the best player in the league on both sides of the ball, winning 50 games, why can't you win a championship? I'm just curious because I know some people who would say LeBron James in that situation should get a championship in that season. But
stop saying some people. Just say the names, man.
But I guess it's a different expectation for some people. Some people, it's all good to just have the regular season accolades and then get smoked in the playoffs in 5 games. It's fine. It doesn't matter. But
you know what's funny about that, Marz, is the whole time when I was defending Scottie Pippen's take, I see people in the chat talking about, oh, Bob's a bronzexual. Bob's a bronzexual. Like, we're not even talking about LeBron James. I'm far from a bronzexual, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, we can't talk truthfully when it comes to basketball or with haters.
Marz, are you gonna say the name or no?
Anyone who hates LeBron James. Anyone?
Who do you know hates LeBron James?
Elder Rufus, Ticket, Skip Bayless.
So you're addressing them, right?
It wasn't directly at anyone, but they would apply.
Marz, say their names.
That's what I just did.
Okay. Moving along, Jason the Kid said, Dale, because Jordan couldn't even get out of the first round without Pippen, Pippen got further without Jordan, over Jordan, without Pippen. Simple.
Take it a step further. Jordan couldn't be above 500 without Pippen. There we go. Let's speak the truth.
How dare you, Marz?
38 wins, 30 wins, like another 40-win season or something. Like let's talk about it.
Tay Luke 777 said Mike played with cokeheads before Pippen.
Wow. Interesting.
There's gonna be every excuse in the book in these super chats for Michael Jordan. Let's not forget Mercury was in Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember in 1986 he had George Gervin on his team. Didn't even get any PT in the playoffs because they couldn't run Michael Jordan and George Gervin at the same time because Jordan wanted the ball. But it's fine. We'll just ignore those things as well. Just Michael Jordan's perfect, man. Don't worry about it.
Kendrick Starr said troll Marz, power level over 9,000.
I never troll.
AB with back-to-back super chats. He said Dale is so cute to me. Hashtag Celtics pride. Hashtag meet us there. Like meet. Never mind. He didn't hashtag positive, so I won't go in depth with it. But AB with another super chat. He said Dale and Lowe would make an awesome PC power couple.
Love is love.
Real ball knowers.
Yo.
That's what Lowe said.
AB once again said, what player does Pop have that's speaking of which, hey Lo. AB what's up, Lo?
No. I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Talking you just did before I left, man.
The ball knower himself.
Facts.
AB said, what player does Pop have that's as good as Kobe when Phil went to coach LA in 08? Ticket is chatting.
That was a crazy combo we had.
Is Ticket still here?
He might be.
Not.
He might not.
Almighty C Boogie said, downplaying Pop but praising Doc, disgusting. Almighty C Boogie again said Pop's so cold he even develops other winning coaches.
Shout out to Mike Budenholzer.
60 wins, man.
AB with another super chat. Yet again, he said Ticket said Phil Jackson had no team in LA. Laughing emojis.
Niggas getting on him, boy. That's crazy.
Any team with Kobe is a great team.
The only ultimatum said great words of Ticket.
You're not Jokic.
Ron, send Ticket to hell.
Oh,
wow. These are interesting super talk chats, man.
Angie Carr, we probably do Dub After Dark tonight, 100%.
That's a nasty name, Jesus.
Yo, Dub Samuels was in the building last episode. That's how bad it was.
Oh yeah,
it was getting real bad.
Dub After Dark.
We're talking about a lot more than ball.
Okay. This next super chat is a good one.
Moving along, Christopher D said, Lo, ask Ticket what Jason Kidd did with that Nets team. Did he coach them to their full potential?
Absolutely not.
No,
that's a good question.
The players didn't do their job. It's not the coach's fault.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. Dante Obi said, OG, who you got winning?
No, he's not here no more.
You're old. You can answer the question.
Who, tonight? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron, you are old. Yeah.
Well, all of you are old, to be honest.
Old ass knuckle.
Facts.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
I will say is somebody on the semi-young committee. I will say that I have Miami winning.
You hit 30 already, didn't you?
Okay.
Yeah, you're trying to identify something you're not.
Yeah,
but
what
it's
you
fine.
Hey Ron, we can continue. Ron.
What you got? What you
That's
got
crazy.
three? What you got 3 and above on that first digit? You done, blood.
Hey Ron, we can continue.
I'm not gonna lie. If you existed in the last millennium, like you're old. Like unless you're born 2000 and
Yo,
after.
I'm not gonna sit here and let these two roast.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, wait, Dub, how old are you?
wait. Mars, don't do the millennium thing.
Nah, W OG.
Millennium.
Look, Dub was like,
old.
ooh, that
literally
applies to me
just
now.
missed the cutoff.
That's
I
tough.
literally
You're
just
old.
missed
You're
it.
old. It's life.
So if I was born on December 31st, 1999,
You're old.
You're still old.
Now, what you want to do about that?
crazy
What you want to do
work.
about that?
Crazy.
Damn,
work.
Dub, you an old nigga? That's wild.
That's crazy.
I always thought of myself as an older person. So we go.
There you go. I'm young.
You are a baby.
Thank you.
I love it when Mars gets
What? Yo,
when Mars
Yo,
gets
save me after Dub after dark. Yo.
yeah, say this for Dub after dark.
when Mars gets triggered, he gets very childish. Like
Because I'm a
very
child.
Like all episode.
No. Like when he gets triggered in a conversation, he'll just be it's like pouting. He pouts a lot.
Yes,
Dub,
because I'm a child.
That's what preteens do, Dub.
Exactly. Like I'm just. That's what I am. Like what you expect?
Mars, you did get. Never mind. Go ahead, go, Ron. Go ahead, go. You almost got all of them today, Ron. That's crazy.
Hey, Lo, I've been on the straight and narrow, all right? Hey, I've turned over a new leaf, a new stone. The chat knows. They know I'm a better host today than I was yesterday. PCP said...
No, you weren't. You was late. I had to come in. What are you talking
I was... No, y'all...
You're done. Yo, you just...
No. I told you. Y'all, you can't say nothing about me because you didn't say anything about Bam Adebayo. He didn't show up. I decided not to show up.
At least he wasn't late to the game.
He might as well be.
Game.
What?
He wasn't
late,
there.
he was late to the boards. He need the rebound.
He did. He rebounded well. What?
He actually rebounded.
No, all game. I'm talking about all game. Just like I said.
All game he rebounded well.
Rebounded well.
No,
game.
the last 3 seconds count as part of the game.
That was one
Fellas.
time, but he rebounded. Miami was rebounded better than Boston last game.
You're not hearing me, Dub. You're not.
You're not hearing me.
You're not hearing me.
Hold on, Bob. Stop being a jackass. Stop being a jackass, Bob. Hold on.
That's
hold on,
not cool
Bob.
because I'm really a nice guy. I don't like
you
that.
are nice.
Yeah, Bob is a nice guy, man.
Look, now because what I'm saying is like you rebounded during the game, but you got to close it out. And you are right. You're right. He was rebounding the game, so that was lightweight troll for me. But what I'm saying is like that last 3 seconds though. You got it, especially those last 3 seconds, last shot. You got to go to the board.
But if he's defending Jaylen Brown, how can he box out? Because they had him on Jaylen Brown.
What I'm saying, Lo, is because somebody said he was boxing out. I don't care if he was boxing out.
Bob,
Don't box out.
Answer the
don't
question,
box
Bob.
out.
No, answer the question.
I ain't answering the question.
Oh, okay.
I ain't answering the question. He shouldn't have been doing that. As soon as the ball went to Marcus Smart's hands, he should have ran to the rim.
Okay. All right.
Because there's nothing more you can do. And
For
blank
sure.
no name, you know what? I'm not going to address that.
Go ahead, Ron. You almost finished, man. You literally almost. You almost got all.
I'm not going to address that. You don't know shit about basketball. Stop playing 2K.
Facts. You ain't hoop. Facts.
Bob plays ball. How don't he know ball when he
Facts.
plays ball?
Exactly. You guys wouldn't understand.
Well, I don't play ball no more. I'm washed up for sure. But the thing about it is, like, I still know when the ball goes up, you go to the rim. He doesn't even have to secure the rebound. All he has to do is make it hard for anybody else to get exactly what happened. A tip in by Derek White. Derek White is 6'2".
It's like 6'4", but I hear what you're saying.
6'4",
right.
6'2", same thing. Well, that's
Oh
the
my
same
God!
thing.
Hold on, wait, Bob. They keep adding more super chats for Ron, and he's not going to be able to get to them.
Oh man, he got time.
Chat,
Doing shit today.
spam super chats. PCP said a lot of dribble handoff merchants this playoff.
Crazy.
But that's enough to make you a better passer than John Stockton.
Stop, please stop. Marz, stop.
That's so wild.
It's enough.
Stop, Marz.
Degree of difficulty.
I should have asked Fluent. I should have asked Fluent today too. Tough.
Oh, guys, man.
Oh, guys.
Taquay White said, Marz, I meant if you start at 2012 when Katie first made the finals, worded incorrectly, but I feel y'all could have understood what I was saying.
Yeah, I could have. I just wanted to make you send another super chat, so now I have more of your money.
Yo, wow. Jesus.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. I'm starting. I'm think I'm gonna introduce Cash App to my channel because these super chat money that they be taking out is getting out of hand. I'm not gonna lie. YouTube is criminal. They are criminal. Oh my god.
Definitely extortion.
I was very disappointed after the last episode. Very.
Is Ron just left to leave us to our?
Like, come on, L host again, bro.
Can somebody do the chats?
I got it.
I'm
Hard to
out.
take this
I'm
panel
logged out.
seriously with the Kobe hate.
Facts with the Kobe hate, man.
Ron, hold on. Let me cook your Rudy Poo candy ass. PCP Marz.
Dub, you're going too fast. Slow down. Slow is quick, Dub.
Pause.
No pause.
Oh, so you
yeah,
like
pause, Dub. Pause.
So you like
literally pause.
Yo, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christmas. Marz, I saw your top 10 list. Had a lot of good to say about Mike then. Piece from PCP.
Yeah, because that's real hoop talk.
Real quick, Marz.
That's not what this is.
They said you. Oh, damn it, who was it? They kept asking me last night on the graveyard shift. They was like, "How do you feel about Marz having James Harden over
Iverson?"
For sure, Iverson.
But golly, I can't remember.
Yeah, Giannis, Kawhi Leonard.
You had him over Kawhi too, Marz?
Yep.
You have Harden as the top 20 guy, right?
Post 3-point line, yes.
Post 3-point line.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you're a troll. You're a troll, my boy.
Right.
Oh, it was Zeke. It was IT. It was
Isaiah. Yep, he's over Isaiah Thomas too. Yep.
That's not that crazy.
I mean, yeah, he's better than those guys.
Yeah, okay.
Who dribbles better?
Who dribbles better?
James Harden.
James Harden. There we go. Andrew Carr, dub after dark tonight? ? Most likely I will be doing it. Win or lose, we're back on. Shout out to 2K and after.
Facts. Who you old guys don't know about life in the 2000s.
Yeah, y'all missed the 90s. Y'all should have been in the 90s.
Who wants to be there? No one cares about the 90s. No one cares.
I want to see what people was doing in the 80s for real. I keep hearing
cocaine.
Always, I know.
Cocaine.
Let's go, man.
They still doing cocaine right now.
They do cocaine, but like
but it's cool when me do it. It's cool.
You gonna read that off?
Low is wanted for manslaughter. James in that Finals MVP question was a killer mic drop.
I low key, high key did the same thing to ticket to that, but
no, you go crazy.
Dub, Jimmy better have that thing on him tonight. 100%.
Okay.
Boss, be better. You better come with that fire, bro. What?
Are we done?
Are we done? Are we gonna talk real hoops now?
No, we're about to end the show.
I'm hungry.
We don't talk real hoops.
I'm about to go munch. All right, y'all enjoy.
It was a munch, Dub.
Enjoy this Memorial Day.
I think Dub is a munch.
That's definitely
like
a munch.
the video.
Yo, Dub, you are a munch.
On this holiday though, y'all, I want y'all to remember something. Call a Uber, call a Lyft, call a cab. If you in my area, call me. Do not drink and drive.
What the hell did you just call me, Lo?
Do not drink and drive, y'all. Love yourself.
Facts, Bobby.
I think
you're a munch. I think you're
L host.
We did it.
There's no way he pops up after it gets done.
We did it, y'all. Hey, chat, we did it.
So Ron still has never gotten through the super chats. Wow.
Yeah.
Ron, you was on your Gregg Popovich?
But I would like to ask y'all this: who wouldn't like to taste it a bit, though? You like?
Go back.
What? That's not a bad question, but that's better for Dub after dark. Let's not do that right now.
Y'all be easy, bro. Enjoy y'all Memorial Day.
Taste what?
You know.